Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interest. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available Live Breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. Your breaker for tonight's show.
Oh my God.
Likes long walks on the beach, candlelight dinners in his Patrick Mahomes jersey.
None are better than this one, the best quarterback in the world.
Oh, there
Patrick Mahomes.
And staring at the messy posters over his bed, it's Kamen Entchev. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
Hello and welcome to Ultimate Autographs. Kamen Entchev here with Brandon Combs. It's a new day with new series in the break room. We have a new vault in here, a bunch of great headliners, including a new Salute to Service authentic of a guy named Tom Brady. Probably heard of him. The most expensive and valuable autograph in football sports memorabilia. New jerseys, like the vault, all the headliners out there. I'm looking at the diamonds right now. It's a 12 and 26 chance at a headliner. The minis are 12 and 24. The black and blue, 17 and 29. So those headliner odds are really, really good throughout the board. Cannot wait to get started, Brandon. You're on a Wednesday afternoon. Feels a little weird, a little different.
It does feel a little bit weird to be here on a Wednesday afternoon, but it also feels great because we got all sorts of stuff going. We need one more person to close out the diamond single, 2 more people to close out the diamond double, and we're already off and running with the jerseys and the minis. So.
Yeah, and the diamond helmets, you'll hear me say this all the time, box for box, the best box, best series in the room. Last night we had a helmet I've never seen in my 2.5 years here. We had an NFL draft, Will Anderson authentic. It was just a filler hit, not a headliner, not a secondary headliner. I was going to say it is one of the better hits last night. We pulled so much fire. It was not good enough for the hit video, but just an example of how much stuff we have in that Diamond series.
And we've got my second favorite quarterback of all time in Tom Brady. On top of my favorite helmet of all time, the Salute to Service.
Who's your favorite quarterback of all time?
JF1, baby.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of course. Okay. Didn't even have to ask. What's up, Raider Steve? Says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon, Raider Steve. I hope all is good. We have also that same Salute to Service helmet on Tom Brady. We have a Speedflex version of it of Bo Jackson in the diamond helmet. It's a good chase for Raider Steve. All right, let's get the show started. 2 virtual dice looking for 6 or higher on the dice roll. Let's see here. We had 6 last night, 2 and a 3 that one, 2, 4 and a 6, 10 on the dice roll. That is my favorite, or third favorite number. My favorite soccer number, the Messi number, the Pacheco number, even though he had a tough Super Bowl, but otherwise the rest of the team had a pretty good Super Bowl outside of Isaiah. Heading on over to the Wheel of Names, and you always feel like you forget something. I definitely forgot one thing today. Vault is in the room instead of the 1 and 4. and we have New Jersey, so that is still right, and the Can't Miss got cleared out.
Yeah.
A lot of guys last night, went home after the 1-4 chase around 10:30.
Well, they missed out.
They missed out. Daniel Acker came in here, closed out, I think the last 12 boxes in the Can't Miss. So we actually pulled the Mahomes last night. Daniel Acker won it. So for the guys wondering, where is the Can't Miss? What happened with the Mahomes helmet is gone. You blink and you miss sick helmet. That's the break room.
Hey, I mean, when you want it, and Daniel Acker wanted it.
He told us last night that his kids would kill him if he didn't get the Mahomes helmet. And me and Steven, as soon as we pulled the helmet, we're like, he gets to live.
He gets to live.
So,
I mean, what kind of kids do you have that are going to kill you if you don't get a helmet?
I don't know. They were 8 and 10-year-old, but I guess those little kids are pretty vicious sometimes.
That's true.
The chases, the mini helmets. So, as far as your free jersey entry, I'm guessing you have a Signature Club code, Darnell. That gets emailed to you, man, and you put it in at checkout. We can't retrieve it for you. You got to do it at checkout yourself, Darnell. If you do have any issues, email customer service, but I'm guessing you got a free jersey spot through the Signature Club. That could be redeemed with the code at checkout. Did you get a free spot for him at all, or maybe he hasn't redeemed it yet?
For who?
Darnell Pham, or Darnell Keyshawn Darnell.
I got some spots. I did not see the
$0 one.
No.
Okay. So mini helmets are the chase today. It's a good chase. A lot of mini helmets left. A lot of headliners left. Some minis we don't really get in the break room much. Sam Laporta, Bijan Robinson. These are some fresh names in there. So mini helmets is the chase. And good news, we have a mini already pre-filled, actually.
Yes.
We have 2 jerseys and a mini pre-filled, and we're almost there on some diamonds as well, Brandon. A lot of goodies to be had here in the UA Live break room. Let's get the party started. First break is the jersey. Steve Janke, Daniel Ackert, and Sharon Johnson. So I'll go ahead and put this in the chat. Jersey single number 1. Go ahead and drop me a box number, folks. Hit me with the box number on those jerseys.
And just like that, we're 1 away in the double diamond and 1 away in the single diamond.
Let's go, folks. That's love to hear it, man. Love to see it, Brandon. This is what it's all about. So, Steve, Daniel, or Sharon, let me know what you guys would like on your box number. Daniel Ackert was up last night ordering even after the show.
Yeah.
Got himself a bunch of jerseys. The new series has one of my favorite players of all time. We always talk about championship DNA. How do you win a championship? You get your, 3rd, 4th, 5th best players on defense and offense to step up. Nick Bolton, Mizzou Tiger, like myself, used to interview him in college when I covered his games. Tied for the game high, 13 tackles. Just like last Super Bowl, he stepped up. He is a headliner in that series. Not the best headliner, but my favorite. Jetta's Montana, Trevor Lawrence. I know.
I
was
you
pumped.
Were gonna go with it.
Well, actually, the 2 guys that had the most tackles in the Super Bowl are both in that series, Bolton and Fred Warner.
Yeah.
So it's a good series in those jerseys. So no box number. If we don't have a box number, we go ahead and go straight to the wheel, and the wheel will decide what we have.
So Dom and I came up with a new thing for the wheel.
Oh, what's that?
Once the wheel comes up...
Yeah, it's final.
Have you ever seen the John Wick movies?
I have. I'm a dog lover, and I can resonate with John Wick. Do not mess with your person's dog.
So as soon as the wheel comes up, all numbers in the chat are excommunicado.
Excommunicado. That is true. Jesser314, you can buy in on that link. Drop that link in and get your spots there. This jersey series, the new one's out of 30, so I'll go to our 1 to 30 wheel. And like we just said, wheels going up. So box numbers are closed. We're spinning this bad boy. Very first jersey box in the series. How about box 5? 5 in the jerseys. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. We have the old jersey series. I apologize. We have 27 and 31. I got excited because I do know we have a new jersey series, but we still have 2 boxes left in the old series. So it's actually box 27 or 31, Brandon. I jumped the gun because I'm talking about the new series. I was like, we still have 2 to do in the old series that are pre-filled. And one of them is a Bob Greasy jersey. So, let me know.
Absolutely.
I'll do this the old-fashioned way, the way we used to do it, Brandon, but now we have too many boxes on the ticker and it's too much work. Since there's only 2 numbers left, I'm actually going to go to the randomizer. Randomize the 2 numbers themselves. It's a Colin Rudiso special. That's the way he does it. And when there's only 2 left, I'm good with that as well.
That's what I do when I go to the wheel and it's between 2 numbers that are right in between the number that the wheel rolls.
Yeah, we do the same
I
thing.
go to the randomizer.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go back up here. It'll be 27 or 31. I won't need a number for the next jersey break because it'll be the one left over. Dice roll was 10. Just wanted to make sure there. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do 27. 2-7 going off the ticker on the jerseys.
Probably just take them both off now.
I might as well. You're right. I just put jerseys 1 to 35. That is a good idea because there's only the new series coming up. Actually, out of 30, I think. Right, the new one.
Yep.
Out of 30, so 1 to 30.
And we're only 4 spots away from closing that bad boy.
All right, let's go. Keep those orders moving, guys. How's everyone doing on a Wednesday afternoon? Is the Chiefs parade going on right now, I think?
It is.
It's probably a party. I actually covered one of the Chief parades when I worked in Missouri.
I'm surprised you're not there.
I know. I'm surprised, too. Should have taken off. It is pretty wild how into it they get.
Yes.
Fun story. My boss, I was a part of a 3-man sports department, and 2 guys went to the Super Bowl. I was the odd man out. So my my other prize was covering the parade instead.
Well,
Go
there you
figure.
Go. There you go. Hey, sometimes a parade is better than the game.
Yeah, not usually, but it is good. It is fun. In Kansas City, there's a lot of good barbecue, and they comp you your food,
I'll
which
tell
is
you
good.
this: you never see a guy at the game get up on stage drunk.
That's true.
You
don't.
You get to see that at the parade.
You do get to see that. Raider Steve says Happy V-Day, Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Happy Valentine's Day. Make sure you are treating your significant other right.
Or Happy Galentine's Day if you're one of the single females out there.
If you watch Parks and Rec, I think they celebrated the day before, I think.
Really?
Because my girlfriend celebrated Galentine's Day yesterday.
And then is Singles Day tomorrow? Is that what they're doing now? Like everybody's got their own day now. What do guys? Is there like a Bros Day?
There should be. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's a Bros Day, but be careful, Brandon.
Sunday's for the bros.
For football. That was our Sunday. That was our Bros Day and the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So we will open up all live breaks once they fill. It's 8-spot breaks. Got to have all 8 spots filled up, and we will open live. You can't buy personals. Those could be open live as well.
Yeah.
So we had box 27, I think it shows. Box 27 out of 35. Daniel Acker's got the NFC North. Steve has the NFC South. Daniel East, West, North, and South. Sharon Johnson, AFC East. And Daniel in the AFC West. So 2-7. It was 27, right?
Yeah.
99% sure it was 27. Yes. Oh, okay. This is a guy that, kind of up and down. We'll see what happens with him. I'll say this, had a very good college career and a solid running quarterback. The Falcons, Desmond Ridder. Ooh. That's the NFC South. A single spot snipe. Steve J. Taking home the Desmond Ridder custom jersey. So that means the last box in the series is going to be the Bob Greasy. So AFC East will pay off on Bob Greasy. So good job, Steve. Congrats on the Desmond Ridder jersey. Very, very clean. The Falcon colors, the jersey just looks very, very nice.
I do like that. I do like Desmond Ridder. I think he's going to get ousted, though, this coming season.
Is it by your boy Jay Fields?
I think Jay Fields is going to go there.
Yeah.
They're going to be a top 3 team in the NFC next year with Justin Fields.
There's your bold prediction. My thoughts real quick. And I'm going to deep dive on this, but the rumor that I like out there that I heard, the Bears trade Justin Fields and the 9th overall pick to the Patriots for the 3rd overall pick. And the thought is they get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. Because I feel like it doesn't have to be, it's either keep Fields and get Marvin Harrison, or we could get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison both. And I think that's something the Texans did last year. Some folks were like, are they going to go C.J. Stroud? Are they going Will Anderson? They went both. So if there's 2 guys you like, get them both.
Hey,
doesn't hurt.
I've come down from the fact of don't trade Justin Fields, and I'm more of on the fact of whatever you do, just get it right.
Okay.
Whether you keep Fields, you better get a haul back for him, or if you get Caleb Williams and you can get Marvin Harrison Jr. too, I'm all for it. I mean, that means you're trying to get it right. I just don't feel like you can get it right by bringing in another quarterback and just throwing him into the fire again. That's been the problem.
Again, depends on how good the quarterback is. I know you and I think Caleb Williams is great, so, but definitely interesting to see what they do with the NFL draft. Real quick, Raider Steve says, Jester304, if I had your email, I can send you a code to join with the discount code. Give your friends $50 off their first order of 100 plus and get a $30 UA gift card for each successful referral. Just to clarify that, again, Raider Steve, if you guys do use that promo code, if your friend gets themselves one order for $50, a second order for $50, it does not count. It must be 100 or more the very, very first order for either of you to get those codes. Mm-hmm. So it's basically the give 50, spend 50, and then, get 30 back.
Yeah.
So that's up to you guys to work on that. But a lot of guys will use that code and spend $100 total over a week and think they get the code. They don't.
Right.
So it's got to be a $100 order right off the bat. But it is a great deal to start. That's how Raider Steve got in. Another great perk of the Signature Club, which is an excellent program we run. Make sure you guys are joined and logged in so you can get bonus perks, part of our Sig Club. So we have a mini break next, mini double number 1. Go ahead and drop me 2 box numbers, guys. First come, first serve. Christopher Knowles, Steve Inman, Dan Scapetta, Derek Jacoby, Jeffrey Evick, Tara Webb, and Dennis again. Let me know on 2 box numbers in the mini helmets. We pulled something that I think speaks to what Ultimate Autographs is all about in this mini helmet series. I know you're a Bear fan. I know you can appreciate Devin Hester. We pulled a Devin Hester Hall of Fame mini helmet yesterday. Oh. Devin Hester just got in the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Yes.
He
deserves every bit of it.
Every bit of
first
it.
Ballot.
Yeah. I'm telling you how quickly we get these items in here.
That's insane, man.
It's the speed at Ultimate Autographs.
That's insane.
This is mine. Come on, AFC West says Raider Steve.
I told Jeff I have to have a conversation with Matt about when we get certain things in, he has to run it through me before he puts it in the break room, because there are some things I don't want getting to the break room. I just want to buy them.
They're so good. They're so good. So Raider Steve, I don't have you in this break, man. Do you have an order number? I'm not sure if I have an order number from you. 16 and 21 from Danny. Oh, that's Steve Inman, Raider Steve. Okay, Steve is in here. Never mind. Let's do 16 and 21 called out by our guy, Danny Vincenzo.
16 and 21 it is.
All right, so we got the Joe Montana and the Sammy Sosa boxes. Thank you, Danny. I think the next jersey just sold out. The first one in the new series, Brandon.
Yes, it did.
So the jersey sold out. We'll get a fresh one up. And we're only 1 to go in the diamonds. I think both of them, the double and the single. Closing in. I always say this. I say the same thing about the 1 and 4. Once we open up 2 or 3, then we really get moving here on the break page. Sometimes it takes 1 or 2 to get going. But once you guys see what those diamonds are about, you never stop. I did forget to do the Chase wheel spin. Did I not? Or did I just not put it up? Oh, the minis. Okay, so I didn't put it up. 1 second here. Chase. Let me put that on the screen. The mini helmets are the Chase. So good luck, guys. I did do it, but I just didn't highlight the Chase thing. So good luck, folks. And then Raider Steve and Jesser, you guys can talk about messaging each other. But good stuff. So we got 3, 4, 5. Now, those guys aren't even friends, but they're friends now, Brandon, right?
Always.
You make so many new friends in the break room. So many friendships blossom. We have guys that meet each other in real life because they met through the break room. I know Ronnie and Salako and William Maynor had lunch together. And the best break room friendship in the history of the break room, I would say, is Bob Boulay and Joe Aguilar.
Okay.
Like, we were talking about this the other day. We have all the dating websites, Match, Bumble. There used to be an app for making friends. Because those two guys are the perfect pairing, Joe and Bob.
Facebook is the app for making friends, is it
I
not?
guess, yeah, I guess. But like one of those where you swipe right or left on people.
Yeah.
Like, not like in a romantic way.
Yeah.
I just want to be your buddy.
I think they've connected over hockey.
Yeah,
Sure.
well, that's their bonding.
And it's pretty awesome. I'm a hockey guy myself, so it's pretty awesome to see Bob Boulay and them go to games. I just wish they would invite me.
Yeah, technically they did, but they invited everyone at UA.
Did they?
Bob invited all of us to come, and none of us went.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, sorry.
What the
Yeah,
heck?
exactly.
Nobody
Next time, ask
told me.
Bob. I was thinking about going, but then Connor Bedard got hurt, and that sealed the deal for me. Rain check.
I still would have gone.
Derek Jacoby's got the NFC North, Jeffrey Evick, NFC South, Dan Scapetta, NFC East. Dan's a Giant fan, right where he wants to be.
Yeah.
Steve Inman, NFC West, Tara Webb, AFC North, Christopher Knowles, AFC South, Dan Scapetta, AFC East, and we got Dennis Evick, AFC West. Can you look up and see if Steve won last night late in the jerseys? I think that's not Steve Inman, it's Steve J. Because we did open up some jerseys very, very late last night. There was a lot of stuff happening after 11 o'clock last night. It was a long night, but a good night. And you want to hear something funny about the break room? We had two separate Raider Steves. Because there's Raider Paul was the guy we had. Now we have Raider Steve. So Raider fans are everywhere.
I do not have any Steve as a winner in any jersey last night.
All right, so Steve, you did not win last night, man, but we did break a couple jerseys late in the night. It was a pretty crazy night last night, to say the least. All right, we got box 16 coming up. The Joe Montana box, as we call it. Ooh, this is a Colin Rudiso special. One of the best receivers in the league, Devontae Smith. Roll Tide, baby. Dan Scapetta, the Giant fan, takes home the Eagle Mini. But tell you what, it's always good trade bait. Devontae Smith, over 1,000 receiving yards last season. Part of one of the best two duos. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, former Biletnikoff Award winner and a Heisman Trophy winner in college as a wide receiver. Fanatic certified on Devontae. Not a very big guy, but man, he's smooth. He's a route runner. Fantastic receiver. A nice hit, Dan. So, 6-hour show. That was awesome, says Kevin Goetz. Cheers comment says, Steve, you got it, guys. It was like 6 hours and 5 minutes to be exact. It was a marathon last night. But it was a lot of fun. Every second of it was fun. Definitely a blast last night. Every night's a blast here in the break room. Every single day. I always say this, Brandon, and I mean it. There's never a dull moment in the UA Live break room.
I would have to agree with you.
Yeah. Devontae Smith. So many really good Alabama receivers in recent years. Nick Saban used to be a guy that got defensive guys, running backs, offensive line, defensive line. Before he retired, obviously, adapted to the modern game. Got the receivers, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. In recent years, I know Judy was really, really good in college as well, among other names. Tua, Jalen Hurts, the quarterbacks. We pulled Jalen Milroe last night with an inscription. It was the Nightmare at Jordan Air. It was really cool. That Auburn play.
Yeah.
So a lot of goodies. Those Alabama guys, definitely some fantastic skill position players these days too.
Absolutely.
So 2-1 next, 21 in the double box break.
Chris Ripka closes out in the diamond single and diamond double.
What up, Chris? We got one of the most underrated receivers of all time and one of the most underrated autographs of all time. Very clean looking mini. How about Jimmy Smith? This bad boy is sick. Jaguar great. I think more than 12,000 receiving yards. That is Christopher Knowles on the mini. Congratulations on Jimmy Smith. Part of those Mark Brunell, Fred Taylor, Tony Baselli, early squads for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This guy was very, very consistent. Career numbers, like I said, more than 12,000 receiving yards, 5-time Pro Bowler. This is one of those guys that is on the borderline of the Hall of Fame. We'll see if he gets there one day or not, Jimmy Smith. So good job, Christopher Knowles. What's the actor? Christopher Nolan, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the guy that does the Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Yeah, so Christopher Knowles. Mark Taylor says, hey, Kamen, I have a personal headliner package I bought this morning. Want to open that thing on the air. Done, man. So, real quick, as far as personals and headliner packages, we are more than happy to open those on the air. But we do go into order of breaks. So, once we're caught up on breaks, Mark, we are more than happy to open it up for you. I would say give it about 20 minutes, though, because we have a couple jersey breaks, a couple diamond breaks. Once we get caught up there, we are more than happy to open up that headliner package for you. We did restock them. There is one we brought in especially for you, actually. We saw that you ordered it. We brought it especially for you, man. He says, all good in the hood.
All good in the hood.
Yeah. It's not a hood here, though. This is a good place. We're all safe here.
God.
We're all safe, Brandon.
Yeah.
I guess we don't work together long enough. You know the term dad joke? I'm not even a dad. It was invented for me.
Is worth it for me.
Yeah, I'm a very white guy.
That makes my day.
Yeah, I love it. All right, jerseys are coming up. This is our last jersey break in the old series. Box 31. We believe this to be a Bob Greasy jersey. I guess we'll find out. Those 72 Dolphins are kind of tricky, right?
Yes.
Bob Greasy. I know he missed some games that year because of injury, but he is technically the only starting quarterback to lead a team to a 17-0 season. He was there at the Super Bowl. I know Bob will tell us he didn't play every game that year. Kamen, he was the leader. He was the guy, Bob Greasy.
He was.
31 of 35 on the way. So Sharon, Jordan, Chris, and Keyshawn. Good luck, folks. This will be our last jersey break in the old series. Then we got some jerseys in the new series, which is really
just filled.
Bumping right now. Everything is filling right now. You guys are fantastic here in the UA Live break room. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, Keyshawn Darnell up top in the NFC North. I said this the other day to him. I always think of Keyshawn Johnson when I see his name. And he said Keyshawns are winners. I was like, there you go. We got the NFC South, Chris Green. NFC East, Chris Green. Sharon Johnson, NFC West. Jordan Harrington in the AFC North. Keyshawn Darnell, AFC South. Chris, AFC East. And Jordan, you've got the AFC West. Looking at my Excel sheet here on the right. 31 of 35 coming up. It is, in fact, Bob Greasy. I tell you what, of any of the Hall of Fame quarterbacks, his autograph is one of the nicest, if not the nicest. Look at this autograph quality. This is beautiful, Brandon. Bob Greasy.
Absolutely.
That's
only quarterback that can ever say quarterback to an undefeated team.
Regular season and postseason, and I don't think it's ever going to happen again. There's way too much parity in the NFL. There's way too many good quarterbacks, way too many good teams. I think it's kind of sports in general. I know the Chiefs are a dynasty, and rightfully so. They're the one, maybe the one exception, but even their dynastic run as a Chief fan, not overly dominant. Like, they've been a lot of close games, had the championship DNA, as I say.
Yes.
We're not going to be seeing 17-0, 20-0 teams. There's too many good teams in the league. The Dolphins are probably going to be the last team ever to do it, and they were helped by a 14-game season, too. They only did 17-0, counting the playoffs. Bob Greasy for Chris Green. He's a pro and a college football Hall of Famer, 2-time Super Bowl champion. A nice-looking jersey.
I think if they build it right in Kansas City, I do know one quarterback that could probably do it.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. He's the guy.
He's ridiculous.
He is ridiculous. Ridiculously clutch.
And I hate to allow you to talk about him the way you do, because you talk about him the way I do about Justin Fields.
Everyone's got a guy they love.
But you can't go against the guy.
We pulled him last night in the break room, Patrick Mahomes, on that full-size rep. Actually, it was almost this morning, because we did the drawing for the Mahomes at the end. I don't know if it was 11:57 or midnight, but it was, for the East Coast people, it was this morning we pulled Patrick Mahomes for sure.
Yes.
He is spectacular. Kansas City going for the first three-peat in the history of the NFL, and I wouldn't put it past him. I'll say that.
I mean, that would be the one thing that he would have over
Tom Brady. Now, the one thing that Brady does have over Mahomes is the head-to-head in the Super Bowl. Unless Brady comes back out of retirement, I think it's something that he'll have over Mahomes all the time. Speaking of Brady, He is out there in that new Vault series.
Yes.
I think it's like 80. Was it $82 to buy in? What's the buy-in for the single?
For the
Vault.
For the Vault, the Vault is.
I think it's 82. I know it's usually around $80, somewhere in that area.
I was just looking at it a second ago too.
So that helmet has about $2,700 retail value. You can get it for $82 in the single.
82.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. So, I mean, Bob Greasy, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, they're part of a unique club, quarterbacks with multiple Super Bowl wins.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice club, for sure.
If you're a part of it, you're something special.
Yeah, Joe Montana also part of that club. He's in the New Jerseys. All these elite quarterbacks that we have here are in the break room. So this is going to be the new jersey, the first one in the new series, right?
Yep.
And it's got it labeled as Jersey 3, but it's the first one in the new one. Look at that. The Dollside SD saying my first break, and I won. What's up, Chris? How about that? Hall of Famer on the first break. That's not bad. Jersey single number 3. Go ahead and drop me a box number. We got Keyshawn Darnell, Adam Hoffman, Keyshawn, and Chris Green in here for our jersey break. So hit me, guys, with box number. This is the new series, so it is 1 through 30. You're very welcome, says thank you, fellas. You are very welcome.
35.
35, 1 through 35. So let me put this up correctly. 1 to 35 in the jerseys. And Chris Green is back. He wants more. He wants the Michael Bennett box, 26.
26.
And this is Saquon Barkley. It is a single box break. So just one needed. We'll go with 26 on the box number. So we'll get you guys thrown into the randomizer, and we'll keep this party rolling here in our jersey series. Love having a fresh series with fresh headliners, man. It is fantastic. Let's put this randomizer up for you guys here. And we're going 10 clicks. Good luck, good luck, good luck. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, Adam Hoffman up top in the NFC North. Chris Green, NFC South, NFC East. We got Keyshawn Darnell, NFC West. Chris Green, AFC North. Keyshawn, AFC South and East. Chris Green, AFC West. Box 26 in over the middle jersey series. Ooh, this guy had a great play in the Super Bowl. One of the best plays of the game. That diving catch on the sideline. Probably the best fullback in the NFL right now. It is Kyle Juszczyk on the 49er custom jersey. This is very clean. That is the NFC West. That is Keyshawn Darnell. It's a Kyle for a Keyshawn.
That was his free spot, too.
Oh, that was the free spot?
That was the free spot.
So he got that for $0. Let go, says Darnell. Niners, baby, right? Kyle Juszczyk, his wife, also pretty famous. She makes those custom jackets, the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce jacket made by Kyle Juszczyk's wife.
Yeah.
8-time Pro Bowler. This man has made 8 straight Pro Bowls, Kyle Juszczyk. First team All-Pro this season. Very solid blocker. Could run a little bit, make some catches as well. Nice get right there. Actually gets quite a bit of catches for a fullback. He had more than 300 yards a couple times in his career receiving. That's actually kind of unheard of for a fullback, to be honest.
Yes.
So there we go, Keyshawn. His first Niner hit. Gotta love a free spot, says Kevin Goetz. Yes, sir. Free things in life are always good. I don't know about you, Brandon. I'm one of those guys that whenever there's free something, I get pumped for it. Even if it's like a free pen, I'm like, it's free. It's great.
It's free.
We offer free stuff here in the room.
Hey, I mean, why not?
It's kind of like, I know obviously you guys do spend money in the Signature Club, but it's one of those things where, if you're a member of, you got the Potbellies app, for example. I got that. I'm a big Potbellies guy. There's a free cookie for Valentine's Day. I'm like, okay, cool. Do I go there? We already have plans on a fancy restaurant, Brandon. But
You're like, well, let's go eat before we eat. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's get our free cookie.
You have to have it.
Do you have any good Valentine's Day plans tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna go home. It's actually my son's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah, he's 7 today. So my son Nolan and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna play Fortnite with him.
That sounds
That's
great.
my Valentine's Day.
Okay.
My wife knows that he is my forever Valentine.
Okay.
And that she no longer gets to celebrate Valentine's Day because we have a son on Valentine's Day.
That's tough.
She got flowers and a whole bunch of chocolate and all sorts of stuff this morning.
See, I love the chocolates because then you can also eat the chocolates.
But he gets to pick what he wants for dinner.
Okay.
You know, he gets to pick what we do for the night and all
That's
that
fair.
stuff, so
Respect.
that's how it goes.
Respect. Happy birthday, Nolan, says Kevin. Heart-shaped pizza and UA box break, says JJ Jones. That is fantastic. Jester says, I'm still confused how to buy. So, Jester, real quick, I will drop in the live break page link. We have different, break page options, different breaks. Usually, the higher the price, the better the break, like the diamond helmets. Here's the live break page link. You click add to cart, and that's where you buy your spots. Yes. It's a 1 in 8 chance to win for each spot you buy. You buy all 8 spots, you get a guaranteed win. You buy 2 spots, it's a 2 in 8 chance or a 1 in 4 chance to win. Heart-shaped pizza and UA box breaks. That sounds like a glorious Valentine's Day, if you ask me, Brandon.
Yes.
That sounds glorious for sure.
I mean, anytime you say pizza, I don't care what shape it comes in, it sounds glorious.
You had me at pizza.
Yes.
Pizza's one of those foods you can't, mess up. I've never had bad pizza. There's good pizza, great pizza, amazing pizza, okay pizza. I've never had bad pizza in my life.
I think that's why the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles might be my favorite cartoon of all time, is because they love pizza.
Right? I've lately gotten really into DiGiorno stuffed crust pizza. We get that store-bought DiGiorno.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes.
It is good. Daniel Ackert, Derek Jacoby, Adam Hoffman, Chris Ripka. Hit me with the box number and the diamond helmets. I'm a big stat guy. You know that, Brandon. I was looking at some stats of the best passer ratings during a playoff Super Bowl winning run for quarterbacks of all time. Now, Mahomes has 3 of the top 5 best, the 1, 3, and 5. The guy with the second best playoff run of all time, Drew Brees.
That's
history of the playoffs.
Insane. So
he's a big headliner in this series, by the way.
Since 2001, there have been 152 playoff drives in the fourth quarter with less than a minute to go for the game on the line.
Yeah.
Brady was 5 for 11. Drew Brees was 4 for 12.
I saw the same stat.
And
Mahomes like 7 for 7.
7 for 7. 7 for 7.
Every time. Clutch, baby.
That's why he's number 2 on my list all time already.
Yeah, Mahomes? I think so. I think
Brady Mahomes.
We were talking about the legacy for Mahomes. I think that game solidified him as, assuming he doesn't fall over and never play tomorrow, he's going to play another 3-4 years. Made him the second best quarterback with potential to be first overall.
Yes.
I think he'll pass Brady personally, but we'll see what happens later in his career. But that game put him on the Mount Rushmore and the top Mount Rushmore of him and Brady, no doubt.
I won't be afraid. Like if he passes him for me, I won't be afraid. It's gonna take him a lot for him to pass for me. Like
he's got to play till like 40 at least.
He doesn't. He doesn't have to play till 40. I think if he wins one more Super Bowl, I think he passes Brady for me.
Okay. Well, he'll win one more. He'll win one more.
You never know, man. It's the NFL,
right?
Man. Injuries happen, things happen, contracts go away. Andy Reid might go away.
See, what I love about them, though, Andy Reid and Travis Kelce have both said we're coming back for the three-peat. I don't know about long-term, but if you watch those post-game conferences, they're extra motivated. I feel like that three-peat will be big.
If they don't get that three-peat, they're probably both gone. Stuff can happen.
Maybe. I actually think...
I don't know about having Matt Nagy as my head coach.
I actually think Andy Reid, for me, is going to stick around a while. He seems to really love it. Travis Kelce, I agree, a little bit closer to retirement. I think I can see Andy Reid coach another 7-8 years. I mean, he's like 7-8 years younger than Belichick. He gets another ring, gets another double-digit win season. He gets close to those all-time records.
Yeah.
If you're that close, you'll go chasing. Humble guy, Andy Reid. Everybody out there wants to be the best. I think he's going to keep going personally.
And Kelce gets to retire and live off Taylor Swift money. So
Let's go.
What's wrong
Let's
with
do 31 of the Diamonds. Thank you, Chris Ripka. Mark says Mahomes, barring any significant injuries, will play 10 more years. Yes. Yeah, at least.
Agreed.
At least. He's only 28 right now. With the modern medicine, advances, his training program, he should be good for 10 more years for sure. And Daniel Kyler says DiGiorno 3-meat stuffed crust, right? Delicious. Delicious stuff, man. I know we usually get the cheese because that's what my girlfriend likes. but I get the pepperoni sometimes. It's really, really good. So, 31 coming up. A lot of great quarterbacks in this series. Drew Brees, probably a top 5 quarterback of all time. John Elway, probably a top 10 quarterback of all time. Tua, certainly a top 10 quarterback, probably a top 5 quarterback maybe at the moment. He was first in pass yards last season. Tua on the 305 Dolphin lid.
Yeah.
So a lot of goodies left in the Diamonds. I know we pulled the custom Jim Brown, the custom Allstott, and Sapbuck Authentic, but man, there's a lot of goodies left.
How about Wes Welker as a secondary?
Wes Welker, secondary headliner.
Look, one of the greatest slot receivers of all time.
No doubt.
Wes Welker.
Respect Wes Welker.
For sure.
A guy we almost never get in the break room.
The only guy that you knew on every down what route he was running, and you still couldn't stop him.
He was just shifty. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I actually like the Reggie Wayne in there as well.
Yeah.
Don't get him often in the breaks. The two-tone McNabb. A lot of goodies.
Edgerrin James.
Yeah, Edgerrin James. There's a sick Edgerrin James in that new vault as well.
Yeah.
So we actually been too busy. Haven't even had a chance to go over the vault. Are people in there yet?
Nope.
Do they not know there's a Tom Brady out there?
They are not in the vault yet.
Not in the vault yet.
Everybody's going. I mean, we've got about like 4 more jerseys.
Yeah,
to
they
go,
love the jerseys right now. Daniel Ackert in the NFC North. Adam Hoffman in NFC South. Daniel Ackert NFC East. Adam Hoffman NFC West. Daniel Ackert AFC North. Derek Jacoby AFC South. Chris Ripka AFC East. And Daniel Ackert AFC West.
So I thought Dan Scapetta heard you.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as you did that, he for the price of the vault, an order just came through, but
Yeah.
it was just multiple jersey orders.
Well, I think in that vault, Dan Scapetta, there's a Eli Manning and a Saquon Authentic in there, and he's a Giant fan, so Dan Scapetta ought to be in that vault break. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So Reed is 71 wins from number 1 regular season wins and 6 from number 1 postseason wins. I think he's actually, I believe he's 5 away on postseason wins, Mark. I think he was 6 back after the Super Bowl. Actually, he might be right. He might be 6 away from taking the record and 5 away from tying it. 5 or 6. So 71 wins for the Chiefs. That could be like 5 or 6 seasons with the 17th game. So that's what I'm saying, Brandon. He sees those wins pile up. He might push for it. Because, again, seems like a good guy. Everybody wants to have records. If you're not, everyone's a little bit selfish, Brandon.
I just think, time not really being on his side. I mean, maybe he wants to spend some time with his wife. We'll it's
see.
just one of those things. When they get older, man, it's tough.
We'll see.
Even Bill Belichick couldn't find a job this year.
Yeah, but Bill was like 7, 8 years older than Reed. And Reed is like a god in KC. They would never get rid of him.
No, they'll never get rid of
so
Reed.
he wants to stay there.
Winning.
He'll be there.
Yeah.
Daniel Ackert's got the NFC North. Adam Hoffman in that Drew Brees spot. We often talk about quarterback or coach who makes who. In Mahomes and Reed's case, they're both great together. I know we have the whole Brady-Belichick thing, but how about the Brees-Sean Payton thing? I mean, did Brees make Sean Payton or what? Because Drew Brees is fantastic. They both helped each other, but I'm on the Drew Brees side there.
I'm on the Drew Brees side right now, but I need to see what happens in Denver next year without Russ.
We'll see.
I feel like Russ, for the last 5 years, has actually been on the decline, not just
it happens. Not everybody can be Brady at that age.
Yeah.
Daniel Ackert, NFC East. Adam Hoffman, NFC West. Daniel, AFC North. Derek, AFC South. Chris, AFC East. And Daniel Ackert in the AFC West. We got box 31. 31 of 35 on the way into diamonds. A lot of folks, giving out diamonds to their significant others on Valentine's Day. In my opinion, the best kind of diamonds are the ones in the break room.
How do you feel about people that propose on a holiday like Valentine's Day? Do you think that that's
too predictable?
See, for me it's too cheesy.
Too cheesy.
I could never do it.
Right? Let's see what we got here. Box 31. Oh my gosh. We got ourselves the best cut of the show. The diamonds are the best.
Ready?
How about a Tua Authentic, baby? 305. Tua, baby.
Fins up.
AFC East. How about a little bit of box number mojo?
There we go.
What's up, Chris Ripka? Raider Steve says, wow, that's Coolio. Coolio indeed. Tua led all quarterbacks in passing yards this last season. We got the Dolphin autograph. You actually look at the autograph, it's actually like dolphins on this Tua lid.
Yes.
A lot of doubters for Tua. Could he stay healthy? Could he play the whole season? He played the whole season. Miami this last season, same amount of wins as Buffalo, same amount of wins as Kansas City. The tiebreakers were not kind to them, but it was a great season for Miami. Tua was easily a top 5 quarterback. This is a 305 lid. This is fantastic, Chris Ripka. He says, very nice indeed. Love me some Tua. Everybody's got guys they like. Brandon Fields is one of your guys. This is one of my guys. Love Tua. I knew he'd be great. Needed some, coaching, some better receivers. They gave him the receivers, and he has delivered.
Yes.
So I want to see Miami get a playoff win, and I think they can do it. I think the matchup against Kansas City was worst case, warm team in a cold weather game against the defending champions. But I think they can get it done in the near future. They just got to get the right matchup. Because I look at Miami's team, they're probably a top 3 or 4 team in the AFC. So it could go either way. They have the longest drought without a postseason win now, Miami. This guy could change that, though, Mr. Tua.
I agree, especially with the team that they have, the weapons that he has. I love Devon Achane. I love, obviously Tyreek, but I also love Jalen Waddle. I think he gets forgotten a lot over there because of how good Tua is.
What's up?
You guys don't have the other light on?
Oh, good call, man. Let's put the light on. Look at that. Look even brighter. I knew I was forgetting something this morning.
I was just thinking that nobody out there really wanted to see our faces that well. Thought maybe it did the show. Now people aren't going to buy because now they can see us.
We're good. We look nice and clean. I didn't even notice. Thank you, Alex. Great job, Chris Ripka on Tua. Very, very bright future for him. It's kind of interesting because his career was at a crossroads, Brandon.
Yes.
A lot of folks calling for him to retire. Our guy, Bob Boulay, would come on the show every week. He should retire. He should retire. He should retire. Do this for his health. The truth is, I never want to be in another man's shoes because this guy loves the game of football. Had he retired, he would have lived the rest of his life with regrets.
I was one of those guys on my podcast, on my radio show. I was like, and it's not because it's not because I didn't like, because I love Tua.
Yeah.
I really was genuinely scared that the next time
he's on
a football we might see somebody die on TV.
But those lessons he took, the falling lessons, did a lot of measures, and they seem to work for Tua. So good job, Chris Ripka. Another diamond coming up, the best break in the room. Diamond double number 1. Drop me 2 box numbers. Kevin Goat Short, Daniel Ackert, Derek Jacoby. We got Ryan Kahapea, and then Chris Ripka looking for more diamond action. Great job, guys, on that double.
That 305 lid is beautiful.
It's beautiful. This will be the hit video today.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. So let's do 3 and 12 from Kevin Goats.
3 and 12.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And obviously these breaks are a matter of personal preference, what you want. Obviously the jerseys are, a smaller entry point, you risk less. But I just want a lot of new guys come in the room every day. I want to make sure you guys know that the authentic helmet is worth $300 to $400 unsigned. You get some of the custom lids, some of the autographs. Some of these authentics in this series range, $600 to $700. Some more than $1,000 worth in value. So the jerseys, you get a jersey headliner, we're looking at $200 maybe, $300 in value. The filler hits and the diamond helmets are worth more than the jerseys. Like if you're gonna play with one spot for 2-3 months in a row, buy one spot every day, and you're gonna sell your stuff, you would profit more by playing diamonds than the jerseys. This is the best break. You're not gonna get the filler hits. Everything in here is great, and authentics are worth far more than jerseys. Keep that in mind for the new guys. As I always say, risk it for the biscuit. Go big or go home. If you're a guy that likes the high risk, high reward, it's the diamonds.
Yeah.
If you're a guy that likes the low risk, medium level reward, then it's the jerseys.
If you're a collector and you're not moving any of these things, all of them are great. The black and blue has a great value. I love the black and blue.
Well, I know you do.
The diamonds have a phenomenal value. Look, for $87,
Tua authentic.
A Tua authentic with the 305. It's a cut.
I'm just saying for the guys that
insane.
want to flip these, sell or trade these, the diamonds are for you.
Yeah.
If you're just a pure collector, like you said, they're all great. But if guys are really interested in value, where can I get the best value? Diamonds. Where can I potentially beat the house? It's the diamond helmets.
It's the diamonds for sure.
That's the place. I'll take the AFC Westwood Bo Jackson for the win, says Kevin. All right. Bo knows. One of the most fantastic athletes in the history of sports, period. And that's on Speedflex. If we talk about values, I say standard authentic, $300 to $400 unautographed. Speedflex is $600 to $700 unautographed. Speedflex is, generally speaking, if the name is big enough, they're worth over $1,000 for the most part.
Yes.
So that would be, especially the hydros and the chromes. Some of those could be worth over $2,000, depending on the helmet. So Speedflex is the name of the game. That's what the pros wear. The Speedflex is. So fantastic stuff. Although Mahomes does not wear Speedflex, but most of the pros do. I know Josh Allen wears a Speedflex. Many of the NFL guys wear Speedflexes. So 10 clicks for the Diamond Double. Daniel Ackert up top. He's got the NFC North. Chris Ripka right below in the NFC South. We got ourselves Derek Jacoby, NFC East. Daniel Ackert, NFC West. Rain Kahapea, AFC North. Daniel Ackert, AFC South. Kevin Goldshort, AFC East. And Daniel Ackert has that AFC West. Now, the AFC West is a great spot in the double box break. Not only do we have a Bo Jackson, Brandon, but we also have ourselves a John Elway and a Max Crosby. So that is the spot you want to be in for sure in the diamonds. Everybody's best friend. Gotta love some diamond helmets. So, good luck, folks. And hopefully run more of these back, right? We definitely have been sleeping on the series, to say the least, in the diamonds. This is probably our best box-for-box series. I know the Vault has sometimes better headliners. The 1 in 4 has better headliners sometimes. But box for box, this is the cream of the crop.
Absolutely.
I can say pound for pound, like Allen Iverson. Box for box, this is the place to be. I say Allen Iverson because this is box 3. It's the Iverson box. All right, our second authentic of the show. Ooh. Man, this is one of my... Oh, this is good. This is really good, actually. You were just talking about him. We got ourselves Wes Welker on the Patriot Authentic. That bad boy is super duper clean. Kevin Goldshort was looking for the Bo Jackson, but how's that for a secondary prize? Wes Welker.
I mean, is he a Raiders fan?
He's a Seahawk fan, actually.
Seahawk fan. Okay.
He's just a Bo Jackson fan.
Okay.
Which we get a lot of those in the break room.
Because if he's a Raiders fan, he might not like the Patriots helmet so much after the tuck rule, but he's gonna love that one because Wes Welker, again, he Hall of Fame wide receiver, right?
He's on that borderline again, but 5 Pro Bowls. Really, really good possession guy. Played with Brady and Manning.
Yeah.
Made the AP All-Pro team. Looks like the first team twice. Made the second team as well in his career. Overall, a 2-time first-team All-Pro. Wes Welker at one point had 5 out of 6 seasons with more than 1,000 receiving yards. Led the league in catches, I think, on 3 separate occasions.
Yep.
A guy that got over 100 catches with ease, Wes Welker. So good get right there, Kevin Goldshort. Gotta say this, Brandon, the AFC East is heating up.
It's
heating up.
Yeah, 2 for 2 so far in the diamonds.
2 for 2, a photo headliner and a secondary headliner. Nicely done.
Yeah.
I said this on Monday night, and then Colin Rudiso said it on Tuesday afternoon. Then I said it again last night. We have really good headliner ratios. Like, I'm looking at the black and blue 17 and 29, minis 12 and 24. I think it's now, I want to say 10 and 22 because we didn't pull a headliner. Still about 50%. Diamonds about 50%. The Vault and the Jerseys, new series, all the headliners out there. The ratios are adding up for all the boxes we've done. We've skipped a lot of headliners. Here they come.
Absolutely. I mean, we did pull the Devontae Smith in the minis.
Oh, the
so now
minis
it's
we
up-
did
it's,
pull.
It's 11 and
So
22.
11 and 20.
So it is 50%.
Still 50%.
Yeah, 50%.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. So good job, Kevin Goetz. Wes Welker. So, and actually Welker did go on that one too, the secondary.
Oh, yeah.
He was a secondary headliner, Wes Welker. All right,
We
we'll
gotta
put
do
this.
something about getting like anti-static in this room. 'Cause I get shocked every time I touch something.
Right, there's so
There's so much electricity.
it's all the magic here, man.
It's
That's
all the
why.
electricity in the room.
A lot of electricity. Box 12 is next. The Brady box. Box 12 on the way. 12 of 35. The maybe next year diamond helmets. All right, we are definitely heating up here in the diamonds. Let's see what we got in the next box. It is headliner heaven in the Ultimate Autographs break room. Specifically for one man in our breaks right now. This guy is just absolutely crushing it. How about Chris Ripka? Drew Brees Lunar Authentic with the gold ink.
Attaboy, Chris.
On that one, Chris Ripka got the Tua. Now he's got the Drew Brees. Second all-time in passing yards and passing touchdowns. Only guy with more passing yards and passing touchdowns in the history of the league. A certain guy named Tom Brady. He's also in the breaks in the vault. This is sick right here, Drew Brees. One of my biggest angry situations with the history of the league for me, Brandon, just makes me just irritated, is that Drew Brees never got an MVP. Just makes me really, really upset. 3 separate occasions led the NFL in passing yards and passing touchdowns in the same season. I get it. You know, Manning, Brady, Rodgers era. But you put up his numbers with any of those guys, they're right up there with them, if not better, Drew Brees.
Drew Brees was fantastic.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, it's just one of those where you were running up every year against some of the greatest of all time. You know, you could put Drew Brees on that list. Drew Brees is probably a top 10 quarterback all time.
Oh, I have him 5-6. Again, with Mahomes and Rodgers entering that fray, I had him top 5 for the longest time. I have him in that like 5 to 7 range. I mean, more passing yards per game than Manning or Brady in the same era.
Yeah.
He was an absolute beast. Perfect example of a guy that you look at him down the street, you wouldn't think he's great.
Well, now
not
you
a
gotta
very
put,
big
now you gotta
guy.
knock him down another peg because you got to put Caleb Williams in there because you've already got him in the Hall of Fame.
Well, not over Drew Brees. There is some Hall of Fame quarterbacks in there that aren't quite the Drew Brees level. But a guy like Tua doesn't have to have a cannon arm, but he's got beautiful touch. He's got accuracy. I know a lot of folks will talk about who's got the biggest arm. Well, probably the most important thing for a quarterback is accuracy. And there's few guys ever more accurate than Drew Brees. The gold signature looks great, says Kevin Goetz.
The other thing about Drew Brees and a lot of quarterbacks, man, is the heart and the will to win, and that's what Drew Brees has. A lot of people counted him out after that shoulder injury, after San Diego dumped him.
The whole Chargers organization counted him out.
I mean, it was one of those things, and he came back and he did his thing. I love Drew Brees. That Super Bowl right after Katrina, everybody in the world was rooting for the Saints and Drew Brees.
And that's what I was talking about. The best playoff Super Bowl runs QBR ever.
Yeah.
Mahomes has the 1, 3, and 5. Well, number 2 was Drew Brees on that Super Bowl run.
Yes.
Iconic stuff. Nice, says Chris Ripka. You think, Chris, you got the 2 best hits of the night so far? Drew Brees and Tua? I guess it's the night. It's the early morning or afternoon.
Yeah, you're so used to working nights.
I'm so used to working nights. I still feel like I'm working last night's show.
I was going to say, you feel like we're still here?
I'm still here. Because I was here earlier today. We got done at 12:05 last night.
Yeah.
Or this morning, rather. Yeah. So we're still here. Great job, Chris. One of my all-time favorite players, the great Drew Brees. Such a clean lid right there on Brees. So actually, we pulled Brees in the minis last night. Brees in the Authentics tonight. I love this guy. Never get sick of Drew Brees. So hopefully we can run back these diamonds. That's my hope, Brandon. Hopefully these guys see what the series is all about.
Well, Richard Dunn started it off. He took the first spot in the next diamond single.
Oh, Richard Dunn last night in his first ever break, first ever order. snagged himself a top 3 tight end of all time, Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, my word.
It was a mini and the can't miss. It was nice. Salute to service. Gronk, not a great kicker, but a great football player.
Top 3, who do you have over him?
It's close. Again, the top 3, I know Gates is... It's really 4 guys that really stayed out to me. I put Kelsey and Gonzalez a smidge over him because of longevity. They have better career numbers. We're talking about prime tight end, though. Kelsey and Gronk, take your pick. They're both so good. I think Kelsey's a little bit better receiver. Gronk's a little bit better blocker. But, I mean, Tony G's got a lot of records, so he's tough to top.
Yeah.
I go Kelsey 1, then I go 2, probably Tony G, 3, Gronk. But if I was asking for a guy for one season, I'd go Gronk over Tony G.
Yeah, and I don't have any problem with, like, anybody who's got, I think those guys are all interchangeable, and so anybody who has those guys on their list in any order, I'm fine with. I have Antonio Gates number 1, though. I mean, all-time touchdown leader as tight end. Just a phenomenal guy. The fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame is
should have been first ballot. So this was his first chance to get in this year. Did not get in. Gates should have gotten in.
Yes.
John Wells, Darcy Standish, and James Jones. That is not the Green Bay Packer receiver, nor the Miami Heat basketball player. We found out. I was really hoping it was one of the two James Joneses, but it was not. Shannon Sharp as well. Mark Taylor, an absolute legend. Shannon Sharp. He's got to be in that pantheon. That's the top 5 for me. Jason Witten, William Maynard will say was really good too. But those are, and Kellen Winslow, Mizzou guy as well.
Yeah. Love Shannon Sharp, the tight end. Cannot stand Shannon Sharp, the analyst.
The analyst, okay. Well, I don't really like First Take at all. Personally, I'm not a big Stephen A. guy either. So I'm a little neutral on Shannon Sharp, but not the biggest fan either.
So my mother-in-law and my wife love General Hospital. And I'm in the room the other day, and I look up at the screen, and there's Stephen A. Smith on General Hospital. And I said,
"No
That's
way.
Stephen A. Smith." And they're like, "Who?" And I said, "That guy right there." And they're like, "Really?" And then they said his name, his character's name, and I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's on here all the time."
Are you serious? I didn't know
He's
that.
a mainstay. He's a bodyguard on General Hospital.
That's amazing. Ron Adams, real quick, brother. I'm guessing Ron is probably the next break. You can only call out numbers if you're in the break, Ronnie. You've got the next break, Ronnie. So this is the 4th one. Ronnie's in the 5th one. So, Ronnie, let's give it one more break, then we can take your number. John, Darcy, or James, let me know what number you guys would like. I know Ronnie's a new guy, awesome person. Just a little refresher for the new guys. You can only call out box numbers if you're on the specific break.
Yeah.
But I get he's in the next jersey break. He's pumped about it. I just jumped the gun a little bit. So 23 sounds good. Rick says, last night was sweet. If I get a full size, jeez, right? I went to Heat Open tryouts, but they said flip-flops weren't appropriate. Okay. That's tough. Miami Heat. JJ. They are known for getting some of those lesser level, talents, those D3 guys, the Miami Heat. So you never know who can make the squad. James Jones, former Heat player, current Suns GM, right? Right on. 23, obviously our guy John Wells calling it out for Christian McCaffrey. I imagine he's probably looking for a guy named Joe Montana here in the jerseys. And if we talk about top 5 quarterbacks of all time, you can't not have Joe Montana on your list. He's got to be top 5, considered by many as the GOAT when he retired. Obviously, Manning, Brady came along, Rodgers, Breeze, Mahomes, but I still got to put him in the top 5.
Out of my top 5.
He's out of your top 5?
Top 5. He's
okay.
He's 6th all time. It's because of Mahomes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's probably at 4 or 5 for me now,
See,
Montana.
I have Brady, Mahomes,
Manning,
Rodgers, and there was somebody else that I had above him. I forget who it was.
Breeze? Marino. See, I look at Marino, I look at Montana, I look at Breeze, I look at Rodgers. They're that same tier for me. Like, I got the main tier is Mahomes, Brady, and Manning. Then those other guys are the same tier. So one of them has to be 4, one has to be 6. But they're right.
The reason Marino's ahead of him is because he himself said Marino.
Exactly.
So that's why I go with it.
That's what Montana said.
Yep.
If you're a guy that believes in who's truly the best player, you're not factoring in rings too much, it's hard not to have Marino in your top 5.
I agree.
So it is a team game. Rings matter a lot. I could go either way with those two. They're both phenomenal quarterbacks. We got 10 clicks here coming up. John Wells looking for the NFC West, looking for Joe Montana. I think Darcy Standish has the West, though. She's got ourselves the NFC North as well. We got the NFC South is James Jones, Darcy Standish, NFC East, NFC West, and the AFC North. John Wells, AFC South and East, and James Jones in the AFC West. Box 23 of 35 over the middle. I think we haven't pulled a headliner yet, have we? New Jersey Series, I think they're all out there.
Yep, I have not pulled a headliner.
No. There's a little theme coming through the break room today. A little theme. Oftentimes in sports, we want the best athletes, the guys that look the part, like the Josh Allen, the perfect quarterback. Tall, big, athletic. Today, we've had guys with a little bit lesser arm strength that have been great. We've had a, less built receiver in Wes Welker, Breeze, Tua. This guy also a pretty small guy when it comes to the greats.
Oh, yeah.
Darren Sproles on the Charger jersey. To this day, Brandon still has the single season record for all-purpose yards. That is rushing, receiving, punt return, and kick return yards combined. Multi-time Pro Bowler, part of the 2000s All-Decade team. James Jones, AFC West, the Lightning Bug, Darren Sproles.
Closers magic.
It's real. It is very much real here at UA. I'm going to mark him red today instead of blue. Red for Valentine's Day and for the Chiefs. I did it on accident, and I was like, I kind of like it. Today only, then I'll revisit.
You're such a softie.
Why?
You're such a You're like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. We're a bunch of grown men in the break room.
Respect the ladies, my man. Respect the ladies out there.
I do respect the ladies.
Should I ask that one question or should I not?
I've got 2 ex-wives,
Exactly.
current wife.
I was gonna go there.
I've got 17 kids. I clearly
You
respect
do not
the
have
ladies.
17 kids.
No, I've got 6.
Okay, I was gonna say 17. That's crazy. Great job, James. Darren Sproles, baby. Very nice player. He was a K-State guy. I remember him in college. Played with the Eagles, the Saints, the Chargers. Everywhere he went, he was really good. The powder blue Charger jerseys.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Also, I have a sort of weird connection to this. When I think of the Chargers, I always think of Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, "Go Chargers." And I love the commercial, Super Bowl commercial. Neighbor. You see that one?
Yes.
Oh, that was so good.
Did the Super Bowl commercial where they had, I forget who it was that bet against Gronk to miss the kick, and then it was right after he misses the kick, and then they've got him missing the kick and him cheering for him missing the kick, and it was.
If you had your bets, that's how it works. Yeah, my favorite was the Messi commercial because I'm a Messi fan, but there was definitely some good ones, no doubt.
Did you put any bets on the Super Bowl?
A lot on the Chiefs,
Yeah.
including live bets. I won a considerable amount of money.
Yeah.
Let's say put it that way on the Super Bowl.
I had 11 bets on the Super Bowl. 11.
Okay.
All 11 missed.
Oh.
I had Kelsey to score a touchdown.
Okay.
That missed. I had Brandon Ayuk to score a touchdown. That missed. Both of those I thought were givens. I had CMC to have 2 touchdowns. That missed by 1.
Wow.
I had the over 47.5. They
That missed
scored
by
47
half
points.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had this strategy that's been working because this has been the best 2 betting months of my life. I'm up a lot, like a couple $1,000s. I'm not betting, $15,000 a game like some of these guys. But this has been the best 2 betting months of my life. It's been very heavy on Chiefs money line, Chiefs live line. Not as much in the parlays. I think I hit every straight bet I had. Then I had like 1 or 2 parlays for less that missed. But all the straight bets hit. It was a great Super Bowl.
I was also in
for
6
sure.
Super Bowl squares. Did not hit on one of those.
Didn't get any for that as well.
And I had multiple spots in each one. And then my wife got in on one
and she
strip
won.
card, and she won it.
Of course.
I don't, I was like, at that point, I was like, I'm done. There's nothing else I can do.
Brandon has a magician as a kid. Junior calling out the Mahomes the other day.
He did.
There you
so
go.
my son hops in the chat, and we were like, all right, here comes this break. I need a box number. And he says, here comes the Mahomes. Right after he says that, they called the box number. As soon as we opened up the box, the Mahomes popped out.
Oh, the Super Bowl special.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a series.
Yes.
Heck of a series.
And it was like, there was like 9 boxes left for Mahomes to come out. I texted you because I was like, man, it's Niners heavy in the room. Mahomes came out in the ninth break of the day.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's actually kind of funny. By the way, guys, the 5th jersey break. Let me know on a box number, Jordan Harrington or Ronnie Adams. I pulled a lot of Niners Super Bowl week. I pulled a lot of Ravens AFC Championship week. And I pulled a lot of Bills before the playoff game against Buffalo. So I was saying me pulling those guys would lead to a Chief win. So it was the opposite, like, mojo type thing.
Yeah.
I'm very superstitious. So
I
that
thought
was
maybe
my...
that's why you didn't want to work Super Bowl Sunday. Was because you knew that, there were going to be a lot. It was going to be very 49er headliners.
There was a lot of 49er headliners in that series.
And even fillers. There was a lot of 49er fillers in that series.
Well, because they're part of the Super Bowl story.
Yeah.
It was the Super Bowl series, a lot of Super Bowl wins. Prior to Mahomes, the Chiefs only had 1 Super Bowl win ever, and it was guys that, quite frankly, a lot of them have passed away.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be a lot of stuff of those guys in the break room. So it does make sense given what the Niners did in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, even making the Super Bowl. Made sense they'd be in that series.
You know what there was a lack of? NFC North. There was no Packers stuff. There was no Bears stuff from '85.
Vikings never won.
And the Vikings never won one, and neither did the Lions.
Makes sense. I feel like maybe next year Diamond should be all Bills, says Daniel Kyler. I was thinking, Daniel, I know our guy that makes the series names, I was thinking, like, did he name that for Josh Allen and Tua? Because that was my thought as to what the inspiration was. Although McNabb was close a lot as well.
What was the name?
Maybe next year for the current Diamonds. So,
maybe.
What's the inspiration here?
Oh.
I did see a stat that they graded the quarterbacks for counting the regular season and the postseason. I don't remember what metric it was, but it was Mahomes and Lamar Jackson were tied for second best, the whole thing, regular season and postseason, and Josh Allen was first graded on that list.
And speaking of the Bills, and maybe next year, we've got Jim Kelly and Josh Allen
on the vault.
Dual signed in the vault.
Yeah,
so
that's a perfect one. Let me show off that vault real quick, actually. Let's do box 1, called out by Ronnie. Right. But then we are caught up on our break page. And I'll show off this new vault series. We do have 1 spot to go in the minis, 3 spots to go in the next jersey, and then actually pretty open. I'm surprised no one's in the vault. We got 1 person in the double box break, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so oftentimes we got a lot of people that can get confused about the vault because it is a mixer, but I want to make some clarifications, Brandon. All the helmets in here that are photoed are all authentic except for Michael Irvin's a full-size rep, but that's a custom rep with the clouds. So, Tom Brady authentic, usually about a $2,700 retail value on that sick new Salute to Service authentic. Yeah. We've never had, I think we had it once actually. We had it in the vault last week, but only the second time ever having Brady on that Salute to Service. That thing is ridiculous.
That's one of the ones that I would have to talk to Matt about not letting it get to the room. Because, man, the things I would pay to get that.
You
Tom
might
Brady
be out of luck on that one.
STS.
The room needs some Bradys. Man. Talk to him about the Justin Fields, especially if he leaves the Bears. There will be plenty of Justin Fields helmets he'll give away. Right. So we got Barry Sanders as a speed flex, the best running back of all time for me. Speed flex is worth more. We got Saquon, Roger Staubach. The Charles Woodson's a custom lid with dollar signs. The Edgerrin James is, I don't even know what that helmet variation is, but that is something I've never seen. Rob Gronkowski, a speed flex as well, custom Buccaneer flex. Eli Manning, Bryce Young, more Bo Jackson, more Tua on the frame photo, and then the passing the torch jersey, Jim Kelly and Josh Allen, our brand new Vault series. Here's a quick peek at some of those lids. Holy cow, that Rob Gronkowski is ridiculous. Oh my, look at this. What is that design on the back? That bad boy is sweet. That thing is nuts.
We've had some really crazy, nice Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, Gronk is a big name. Look at that Irvin with the clouds coming up. Michael Irvin, Hall of Fame wide receiver. Then how about Charles Woodson with the dollar signs. Had he played in that college football era that they have now, he would have gotten a lot of dollar signs in that Heisman campaign season.
Yes.
That's for sure. Charles Woodson. Who's to say he didn't? I don't know. No comment on that. So a lot of goodies in that series, guys. Do not sleep on that fresh vault with all the headliners out there.
We have another jersey that just filled up.
Another jersey filled up.
Loving the jerseys today.
They love the jerseys. I mean,
no love for the vault, but a lot of love for the jerseys.
It's a matter of personal preference. If I were playing, I'd be into the vault or the diamonds, but I get it. Low risk. Only $26 a spot. Doesn't make sense why they love these jerseys so much. It is all headliners out there, though. That is also a helpful thing in the jerseys.
All the headliners are in the vault too.
All headliners in there as well. Yeah, I love it. So we got 4, 5, 6. It's 10 clicks for our dice roll. Ronnie's got the 7, and Jordan's got the 1. Let's see, who got the first spot here? Jordan got the first spot. So technically, it was impossible for Ronnie to get all the spots. But I do always advise the new guys, when possible, we've kind of set the mark at 6 or more spots. Because if you're invested with 6 spots, you might as well get all 8 to guarantee yourself to win.
Well, Jordan opened it.
Exactly.
And Ronnie closed.
So it was not possible in that case. But that is just 7 spots. You're in deep so much. It is a dangerous spot to be in.
Looking for that snipe.
Yeah, looking for the snipe. We got ourselves Charvarius War jersey on the 49ers.
There we go.
So that's Ronnie Adams. No snipe here. Ronnie's got the War jersey. The Niner. Talking about the Niners. Here they come. Now, why do we get so many 49ers in the break room? Because outside of maybe Dallas and perhaps Pittsburgh, they are the most popular team in the break room. We got a lot of Niner fans. Obviously, if it was up to me and you, it would just be, Bear and Chief stuff in the room. But we do what the customers want. Ward is a fantastic cornerback for San Fran. Super Bowl champion. Actually, he was part of that Chief team that won a Super Bowl against the 49ers a few years back.
Yes.
He's got a second team All-Pro this last season, Pro Bowler as well in 2023. Very, very solid cornerback, Mr. Ward. So, yeah, I like that one. That's something different. A name, I'll be honest with you, I've never pulled in the break room.
Really?
Not pulled him a single time.
I like
So I love getting different names in the break room. Charvarius. That 49er defense, I think they did great. And I don't really think obviously the Chiefs did better in the second half, but sometimes stopping Mahomes and Kelsey for an entire, essentially 5 quarters. It was basically almost 5 quarters. Is really, really hard to do.
Right.
The Niners defense played about as well as they can. Ward definitely a big part of that defense. Congrats, Ronnie Adams.
See, now, I don't know if you agree with me, but I think that they should have kicked in overtime when they won the toss, and not because of the overtime rules, but because of, I feel like Kansas City is easier to stop when their backs aren't against the wall.
Agreed.
But
Yeah.
and when you say, hey, look, we're going to make you go downfield. If you score a touchdown, great. We get an opportunity to score. Or if you kick a field goal, then we know a touchdown wins it. Whatever the case is, you have a better chance of stopping them. Because when Patrick Mahomes knows he needs a touchdown to win,
He's going to
score a touchdown.
He's going to score a touchdown.
And so for me personally, that's where I think Kyle Shanahan messed up. I don't care. To me, the onus is on the players to know the rules as well. It's not just, that the coaching staff didn't know or whatever. But the one mistake that I think you made was allowing Patrick Mahomes the ability to know what he needed to win.
100%. Because there was a 3rd and 1 play where Pacheco gets stuffed. There's a 4th and 1 play.
Yeah.
The Chiefs know they have to go for it.
Yep.
They go for it. Mahomes gets the running play.
Yep.
100% agree. Couple reasons they should have kicked, and that's one of them. The other reason is then they know what they have to do as well.
On that 4th down, if they have the ball first and they have that same 4th down, do you think they punt it?
The Chiefs?
Yeah.
No, they're going.
I
think that's part of
no matter
they
what?
love going 4th and 1. I think they're going because then if they lose the possession, they know if San Fran gets a field goal, they still lose.
Yeah.
So I feel like they would have gone, but Who's to say?
Yeah, because your
Who's to
defense
say?
was playing well that day. Maybe you punt it, give your defense a chance to give you the ball.
The defense was a little bit tired, not quite as great the second half.
Yeah.
Another reason why I feel like they would have gone for it.
Yeah.
It's hard not to like put the ball in Mahomes' hand with the season on the line.
And it's always easier to say afterwards what you would have done differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just felt in the moment, even when they won the toss, I was on the couch with my wife and I said they should kick. And he's like, we're going to take the ball. And I'm like, they should have kicked.
Yeah, they should have kicked.
Should have kicked.
100%. I'm back, says Austin Rourke. Ravens DK says, Latertus 9679, who won the Jersey 4 draw? That was James Jones, Darren Sproles. Next jersey's coming up. So this is actually the 4th jersey break technically, because we had 2 from the old series. So this is actually the one you're asking about, Jeffrey Greco. The 6th jersey total, but the 4th jersey in the new series. So Dan, William, Sean, and Jeffrey, jersey single, go ahead and drop me a box number. Austin Rourke, a guy that came in the room late last night. He's a Steeler fan. He's back for more. Probably sees that Hines Ward jersey, and his lips are, I want that.
As a Steelers fan, I need to know, do you want Justin Fields? I hear that they are one of the teams that are willing to trade for Justin Fields right now. The Steelers, I heard Mike Tomlin loves Justin Fields. How do you feel as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan? Because what I'm finding is that there's probably about, I would say 30% of Bears fans want Justin Fields gone.
Yeah, more want him.
About 45% want to keep him, and then there's like that 15% that are just like, just get it right, I don't care what you do.
Yeah, I'm a Caleb guy, but I think given the Steelers' lack of good quarterbacks, Fields would be an upgrade in Pittsburgh.
He'd be an upgrade in Pittsburgh.
They got rid of Trubisky.
He'd be an upgrade in Washington.
Maybe New England as well.
Definitely.
Danny wants 5. Sean wanted 21. Danny was first. Let's do 5.
To be fair, you and I would both be upgrades in New England.
Maybe. Maybe. I think Mac is, obviously not a great quarterback by any means, but I think New England has even bigger problems than him. They need to get whatever quarterback they give the ball some weapons, because I think the truly great quarterbacks, the Drew Breeses, the Patrick Mahomes, they can do less with more, but the good to average quarterbacks system does matter. Whoever goes to New England is going to have a tough time.
How do you feel about Trevor Lawrence?
I'm kind of in the middle on him. There's a lot of talent. I don't think he's delivered enough yet. I'm in the middle of Trevor Lawrence, but I recognize the talent. No doubt about that.
Compare him and Mac Jones, who came out of the same draft, they have nearly identical numbers all the way around.
I know. I've seen those graphics before.
It's crazy.
Who would I rather have? Trevor Lawrence. But, yeah, I'm a little split on him. Actually, 1 second. I copied and pasted the wrong list. Let me get the right list from the most recent break. Dan, William, Sean, and Jeffrey in here. And that actually, real quick, that is Lawrence Taylor, not Trevor Lawrence in the jerseys, actually. I think we can mix those up on the headliner board.
Oh.
I was like, there's no Trevor Lawrence. We never get a Trevor Lawrence jerseys in here. I think it's Lawrence Taylor, which is arguably just as good, if not better. I know that'd be good for Dan Scapetta. He's a Giant fan.
Okay.
So
it's Lawrence Taylor, not
Lawrence
Trevor
Taylor.
Lawrence.
It's easy to get those mixed up, right?
Sometimes when you just see him on there and you're moving quick,
Yeah, right?
Things happen.
Things happen, no problem.
One wore a dangling earring, the other one just has dangling hair.
Right. Dan Scapetta in the NFC North, Jeffrey Greco, NFC South, Dan Scapetta, NFC East, Sean, NFC West, Jeffrey, AFC North, William, AFC South, Dan, AFC East, and Jeffrey in the AFC West. He is definitely a bust, Austin Rourke. That's one thing I'll say. Kenny Pickett is not the answer. Box 5 coming up. Here's a guy that was a pretty darn good quarterback. It's the second time today that Dan Scapetta, the Giant fan, is taking home a Philadelphia Eagle.
It's a sign.
Just how you draw it up, baby. Really good Eagle at that, though. Randall Cunningham, 4-time Pro Bowl quarterback. He was really good with Minnesota, Philadelphia, dual threat star, a college football Hall of Famer. Nice looking jersey, Randall Cunningham for Danny. Box number mojo. Very nice on the Cunningham jersey. Maybe, Austin. The AFC is tough. Fields could get the Steelers a playoff win, but I don't know. Talk about doing less with more, or more with less, rather.
Yeah.
I think Mike Tomlin did more with less on the entire Steeler roster. Maybe one playoff win, but I don't think Pittsburgh is quite a contender given how good the AFC is. Maybe in the NFC, they could be that, contender with Fields, but the AFC is brutal. I mean, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Tua, Herbert, all these guys are young too. CJ Stroud, even Trevor Lawrence, talented quarterback, which we just mentioned.
Yeah.
There's some really, really good AFC teams out there. I mean, heck, if Aaron Rodgers comes back, the Jets for maybe 1 to 2 years could be dangerous.
Yeah.
AFC is a brutal, brutal conference, to say the least.
Me and Alex had this conversation last week, and we both believe that the NFC North is on pace to become one of the best divisions
100%.
in the NFC. With not only with the wide receiving talent that is in this division now, but now the quarterback talent, whether the Bears keep Fields or go with Caleb Williams, not to mention Jared Goff, Jordan Love.
It's the first or second best in the NFC. It's between that and the NFC West. I think every team in the North is good, no doubt. I mean, they're all young, too. The Packers, very young team. I think the youngest roster won a playoff game. The Lions made the NFC Championship game. Relatively young roster. The Bears have a young roster as well. And the Vikings, they played really good without their quarterback this last season.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough. I do agree. The North is going to be tough. That's why I'm a little nervous as a Bear fan. Because I look at the Bears and I'm like, they're getting better. But I look at the rest of the division, I'm like, they're still probably the fourth best team in this division.
Yeah.
For now. Now, that could change, but for now. T-Law's a beast, says Austin Rourke. You're talking about Trevor Lawrence, you're talking about Ty Law, because Ty Law, a headliner in these jerseys. Minis are next. Mini double coming up here. Looking at my screen here on the right. Darryl Tretton, William Laus, Adam Hoffman, Daniel Kyler, Mark Stoner, and Travis Heimlich. The Heimlich maneuvers in the break room. Mini double number 2. Go ahead and drop me 2 box numbers, guys. Then after this, we're caught up on the breaks, which we have not been caught up the entire day, which is excellent to see. These guys have...
back to my computer, because every time you say that, they fill something else up.
I love it. Love this effort, guys. You guys are doing great on that UA Live break page. So Daniel Kyler was first with 10 and 14. So 10 and 14. And then when you get a second, Brandon, a fresh mini helmet. I know that one went up.
10 and 14.
And then I guess we'll do a top-to-bottom rundown after this because we are actually wide open on the break page. Wide open right now. Yeah, Stroud is really, really good. I think Stroud might have already been a top 5 quarterback last year. If not, he certainly will be CJ Stroud.
He is a stud.
If I'm looking at the current NFL quarterbacks, Mahomes, Josh Allen, maybe Joe Burrow, maybe a healthy Jalen Hurts, but I don't even know, maybe Tua, but maybe not. There's only a handful of guys that I will take over CJ Stroud. I'll say that. A handful or 4/5 of a handful. That's how good he is, right?
Absolutely.
There's so many good quarterbacks, though. The NFL is in such a good spot. I know they lost, Brady retired, Breeze retired, Manning retired, but these new guys are still really good.
Yes.
They're all break room regulars as well, guys. All those guys do appear in our break room quite often. National Football League is in a good spot for many, many years.
Indeed.
But that's the thing about Mahomes that makes him special. There's all these really, really good quarterbacks coming for his throne, and every time they go up against him in the big games, Mahomes always comes out on top. I mean, Josh Allen could beat him in the regular season. Postseason, a different story.
You had such a good take. And
I know.
You had to ruin it by going back to Mahomes.
You're the one. You talk Mahomes up more than I did this show.
You go back to Mahomes and you're just like, oh, Mahomes.
Mahomie, baby.
Did you send him a Valentine's Day card?
I did.
I figured you did.
He's too busy at the parade, not spending enough time with a significant other. Yeah. I have to send him a Valentine's Day card.
You gotta be like, hey, Brittany doesn't love you the way I love you.
That's right.
That's what you gotta tell him.
Real love, baby. Adam Hoffman, NFC North, NFC South, NFC East. Daniel Kyler, NFC West. Mark Stoner, AFC North. Darryl Trenton, AFC South. Travis the Heimlich Maneuver, AFC East. And William Laus in the AFC West. Box 10, 10 of 30. Now, speaking of talented young players, there's one in this series that I really want to see. Only the second time ever getting him in the break room. Sam Laporta. A Lion headliner in here.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got in our mini helmet here. Ooh. It's kind of funny how we're talking about him. We got ourselves probably one of the few guys in the world actually maybe better than Sam Laporta. It is George Kittle. Daniel Kyler, box number mojo on the George Kittle mini. First team All-Pro tight end this last season. It was actually not Kelsey. It was actually Kittle that got the first team All-Pro. Multi-time Pro Bowler, multiple seasons over 1,000 yards. Really good pass catcher, really good blocker, really good leader. Congrats, Daniel Kyler, on the George Kittle. That is fantastic. So that is very cool. Nope, he did not refi William Maynard. He missed out. And hence, I can go within 100 feet of Patty. So we're in the clear. If you forget to refile William, then you get to be good.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I don't think he ever put a restraining order.
I'm just kidding.
I think that Kamen's love is pure, and I think he shows it every time he talks about it.
I'm not that kind of creep. I know my limits, as they say. Good job, Daniel Kyler. George Kittle, one spot in the break. Single spot snipe. This guy, by the way, you'll like this, Brandon. You've probably seen this before. He grew up as a Bears fan, George Kittle.
Yeah.
Big Bear fan.
I actually made that like a rejoin on our radio show because there was a fan at Radio Row who said, "Please don't go to the Bears, please." And he's like, "I'm a Bears fan. Chill out."
Right?
And I'm like, "Yes, please come to the Bears."
Oh gosh, yeah, they could use him. I know Komet is good, but George Kittle,
and him on the other side of Komet would.
I think he's number 2 right now. I think it's close. I mean, some say he's even more well-rounded. I gotta say, Kelsey 1, Kittle 2. My top 2 tight ends in the league.
I think Kittle might be better all around because I think Kittle's a better run blocker.
Yeah, better run blocker. But I think you look at it's kind of like the offense-defense thing in the NBA. Two-way player, but what matters more? Offense. Kittle's a better blocker, but what matters more in the modern game? The passing game. So I would go Kelsey overall.
Yeah.
A little bit better, more dominant, but they're both fantastic.
Yeah.
They're both fantastic tight ends. It was the tight end Super Bowl and the tight end conference championship games because when healthy, Mark Andrews and Sam Laporta, we might have the 4 best tight ends making the conference championship games.
Yeah.
So get yourself a good tight end. That helps.
Yeah.
It helps. 14 next, 14 of 30. Let's see here what we got in the mini helmets. We got a Super Bowl winner in the house. Willie Gay Jr., Kansas City Chief, linebacker, AFC West on the Eclipse Mini, William Laus. Let's go, William. That is a very, very clean-looking mini. The red ink on the Chief. William had 1 spot. Look at that. Daniel and William each had 1 spot, and I forgot to keep marking it red for Chiefs and Valentine's Day. Let me go back to red for this one at least. Willie Gay Jr. Very nice, William. Always getting a snipe is always a good thing, no doubt. Getting snipes in the break room. So he's now a 2-time Super Bowl champion for the Chiefs. Very, very solid linebacker. Part of a very good linebacking core. Led by Nick Bolton, of course, for Mizzou. But 2nd-round pick out of Mississippi State. It's kind of what the Chiefs do. They got a lot of these 2nd-round picks, these 3rd-round picks that end up being, 1st-round talents. That's key. Drafting.
Yeah. And
a Super Bowl mini break, by the way, real quick. Daniel Kyler's right. Kittle and Willie Gay both played in the Super Bowl.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I just think that the Chiefs are that coached team. They're that well-run front office team. They are the new England Patriots. What
Agreed.
the New England Patriots were the last 20 years are what the Kansas City Chiefs are becoming. It's a blueprint, and I don't understand why more teams don't do it. I really don't.
And that's how you always get caught up in who's getting the high draft pick, who's got the 1st pick, who's got the 2nd pick. Some teams just know how to draft. Some teams get it.
The number one pick has been wrong a lot more than it's been
most
right.
often. You know what? You know how I know that? Because I looked up an article of the best number 1 overall picks of all time. And the 12th best number 1 overall pick of all time, Cam Newton, who's really good, probably not a Hall of Famer. Yeah. And he's the 12th best pick ever.
And so, in the last 30 years alone, there have been 22 quarterbacks that have been picked at number 1, and only 6 of them have had successful NFL careers.
Okay. Peyton Manning is one. Yeah.
Oh God, why?
Was Elway, or was that farther too far back?
Bengals and USC. No, I don't
Carson Palmer.
90.
He was decent.
Carson Palmer had a good career.
Yeah. Joe Burrow's done good early, Joe Burrow's been really good.
Been good. And who was the other one? Was
Aikman, or are you talking this is more recent?
Yeah, this is 90 and above. So
I think Aikman was the late 80s, the very end of the 80s.
Yeah, I went from 90 and above because what I was doing was comparing them to, would you take this guy over Justin Fields is what we were doing for the show.
Sounds like a Brandon Combs type of show.
Well, no, it's because we were trying to prove the point that it's not just a guarantee that hope, if the Bears draft him, I hope he's better than Tom Brady. I hope he's the next greatest quarterback of all time. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Speaking of second-round picks, I think it was the first pick in the second round, Drew Brees, coming out of the breaks. So, Austin Rourke, I got to say, man, there's a fine line between having really good players around you, making you better. Yep. Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts are very good players. You can say they're a little bit overhyped. That could be your take, but I do got to respectfully disagree. I would not say they're not good. They're both obviously very good, and it's pretty clear, where the Eagles were before Hurts, where the Bengals were without Burrow, because the Bengals missed the playoffs without Burrow. He's fantastic. Burrow and Brady, the only two guys to beat Mahomes in the playoffs.
Burrow is one of the most accurate quarterbacks I've ever seen,
and he's got that clutch gene as well. Joe Burrow,
he's really so when he's healthy. People talk about Allen and Mahomes being the new Brady, and
you can make a case.
I think it's going to be Burrow and Mahomes because when Burrow is healthy, he's going to be there every year.
Yeah, he's legit. I agree. Obviously, Burrow very helped by Higgins. Very helped by Jamar Chase. But every quarterback, needs some help.
You don't think Mahomes was helped by Kelsey
and Hill? Exactly. Everybody was.
It elevates your game to be surrounded by good
the
players.
Bengals with an injured Joe Burrow and without Joe Burrow, they missed the playoffs. They were in back-to-back AFC Championship games. Joe Burrow's very good. He is very, very good. So, no doubt about that. A couple orders coming in. We will do a top-to-bottom rundown because we are...
Did you want to do
finally caught up? Let's do the headliner thing.
Headliner package? Let's do it.
Real quick, I want to make sure he's here, though, so he sees it. Mark Taylor, are you still here? And while I wait for Mark, I will do the rundown. Then we can do the headliner package after my top-to-bottom rundown. So, Mark Taylor, let us know you're here. I'm only opening it if he is, in fact, here, because I don't want him to not see his package open live. Otherwise, we can also do it during the 3 p.m. show if he comes in here. That is on Mark to let us know.
Yes.
So, the Vault, this is a 35-box series. We have yet to do a single box in the series. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 photoed headliners in the Vault. We also have ourselves, as far as secondary headliners... looks like it starts on Joe Green down to Deshaun Jackson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 secondary headliners. So that is a 20 and 35 chance. Plus there's 5 vault keys with bonus gift cards. So you guys have a 25 in 35 chance at either a photo headliner, a secondary headliner, or a vault key. That is fantastic. Austin, nice, David. David says Austin, Ohio State alum confirmed. Because he's guessing because Burrow, didn't work out at Ohio State. He's saying he's an Ohio State alum. That's funny. He is a Pittsburgh fan. So I'm guessing maybe a Penn State fan, but I don't know where he went to college. Could have been an Ohio State alum. I have no idea. Austin will let us know. But this is a 6 series. We have the custom Gronk Authentic, which this could be paired with Bryce Young in the double box break. A lot of NFC East stuff. Obviously, we got Michael Irvin. We have Eli Manning in this break. So a lot of double up opportunities. Charles Woodson on the Michigan lid with the dollar signs. That thing is fantastic. So every single headliner out there. And just to clarify again, none of these photos you see here are mini helmets. All of them are authentic except for obviously the Passing the Torch jersey, the Bo Jackson jersey, the Tua hanging headliner.
What's that,
Michael Irvin's a full-size rep. Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
James is filthy.
It's
but
different.
It's not the Eclipse because
Honestly,
it's glossy.
I asked Matt what this was when he was in here, and he didn't even know. So I don't know what to call that. If Bob Poulet's out there, let us know, because that thing is nuts in our vault. We got the Diamonds. Double box break is up. We pulled Tua and Breeze. But man, do we have some good stuff left. John Elway, speaking of all-time great quarterbacks, the only quarterback to play in more Super Bowls than Elway, that was Tom Brady. Yeah. We're talking about number 1 overall picks that worked. He delivered. Hall of Fame career, 2 rings, a league MVP, a Super Bowl MVP, the helicopter run, beautiful autograph too, beautiful flash authentic John Elway.
It is called the Indiana Knights helmet.
Ooh.
The Indiana Knights.
Okay, never seen that in the break room.
It's a 2023 alternate speed authentic helmet.
The Edgerrin James.
Yeah.
Mad Max Crosby, one of the best defensive players in the league, still in here. Bo Jackson, one of the best athletes of all time. That's a speed flex and the new salute to service. Double extra specialty on that bad boy. Two-tone Donovan McNabb. People forget how good McNabb was. Made 4 straight NFC Championship games. One of the original dual threat quarterbacks. Reggie Wayne. You're a Bear fan. I was watching Devin Hester highlights and I was like, man, that Reggie Wayne touchdown against the Bears, he burned us bad. This guy was so good.
Win a Super Bowl, you got to come and make me sad.
I'm a Bear fan. I'm talking about the Reggie Wayne play. Made me sad.
It made me so sad.
That's
it was
beautiful.
A great play, though.
Another one of those Miami Hurricane receivers. Do have the Julio Jones still in here.
Yeah.
Julio Jones is number 2 all time in receiving yards per game. Only Justin Jefferson has more in his career.
That's another, when people talk about, like, you had the comment in the chat earlier about quarterbacks being overhyped because they're surrounded by great players. Peyton Manning had Edgerrin James, he had Reggie Wayne,
Marvin Harrison. Yeah, definitely helped.
It helped all quarterbacks. It gets helped by the more talent.
All the all-time greats have had really good targets. Some better than others, obviously, but they've all had help.
You gave Tom Brady a Hall of Fame wide receiver for 3 years, and he went and set passing records and almost went undefeated.
Randy Moss. DeAndre Swift still in here. I was like, is that a Taylor Swift? No, it's DeAndre. It just says Swift on there. I was like, maybe it's a Taylor Swift autograph helmet, but I guess not. Edgerrin James in here as well. You can pair that with the Reggie Wayne. And then we got DK Metcalf. One of my favorite DK Metcalf stories that I just saw recently showed up to his draft interview without a shirt on.
Yeah.
It speaks enough. Talk about swag.
I said that there's some things that I would not let Matt put in the room. I would just buy them. If we ever had a Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift dual signed Kansas City Chiefs helmet, I feel like that'd be one you wouldn't let get to the break.
Oh, that'd be so cool. We'll have that for sure, by the way. We've had both before, just never signed together.
Yeah.
Have that double box in the vault as well, guys. Again, you can double up. 1 spot, 2 wins. That could be Roger Staubach, Michael Irvin, Eli Manning, Saquon Barkley in the NFC East. How about the NFC South? Rob Gronkowski, Bryce Young. How about the AFC East? Tom Brady and Tua. Just to clarify, that is a $2,700 retail value helmet. Tom Brady, the most expensive autograph in football memorabilia. All these headliners out there. Brady's number 1 guy over an entire career. Rob Gronkowski. Got some awesome stuff in here. Hall of Fame Cowboy guys, Staubach and Irvin. Barry Sanders, also a speed flex, by the way. In my opinion, the best running back ever with the Lion King inscription. Love the passing the torch. A lot of good stuff in the vault. All of it still left, guys.
I gotta let Matt know. I'll work the entire month of March for free for that Tom Brady.
Okay. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Black and blue authentics. The headliner ratios here are ridiculous.
Yes.
There's 29 boxes left. Counting the secondary headliners, it's a 17 in 29 chance. Now, I call this, we're talking a lot about Super Bowl weeks, guys that have won Super Bowls. I call this the series where we have some of the all-time greats to never win a Super Bowl. That would be arguably the two best ever, Dan Marino, Barry Sanders. I know Randy Moss is up there too. We also have Calvin Johnson, never won a Super Bowl, one of the best receivers ever. We got Tyreek Hill. He did win a Super Bowl, excuse me. But we have, who am I looking for? Christian McCaffrey, a guy that didn't win a Super Bowl, CMC. He was close, very close. So Marino, Sanders, CMC. We do have a guy that won a bunch, Terry Bradshaw, 4 of them. Deion Sanders, Brian Dawkins, Michael Irvin. A lot of goodies to hear. Brett Favre on the Southern Miss lid. That thing is nice. Secondary headliners, Dak, Andre Johnson, Mike Evans, Saquon Barkley, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Darrelle Revis, DeMarcus Ware, Aiden Hutchinson, and Chicago Bear receiver DJ Moore.
3rd and 4 in overtime. Why do you not hand the ball off to CMC, who at that point was just running his butt off?
He was running in the overtime, that's for sure.
I still, for the life of it, because then on 3rd and 4, if you make that 4th and 1, you're going for
probably.
Like I just
put the ball in your best player's hands with the season on the line.
Second guess, I get it, but
no, I know.
It's frustrating.
The Chiefs had shut him down most of the game, but he was finally starting to cook a little bit in the overtime. Shut him down running the ball. His receiving was really good, obviously. Speaking of some really good players, how about the Field of Breeze mini helmets? Bijan Robinson, dual threat guy, rushing, receiving. We got Chris Carter, 4th all-time in receiving touchdowns. O.J. Simpson, Hall of Fame running back. Sam Laporta. I think Sam Laporta had the most receiving touchdowns among tight ends this last season. Trayvon Diggs, a fantastic cornerback. Terry Bradshaw, 4-time Super Bowl champion. All those mini helmets still out there in Field of Breeze. Then the jersey break, it's the 5th break in the new series. 1 headliner gone, Randall Cunningham. Nick Bolton, Mizzou made like me, 13 tackles in the Super Bowl. That was the most in the game, tied with Fred Warner. We have A.J. Brown. The last 2 seasons, top 5 in receiving yards, both of them. He's probably a top 5 receiver at this point. Ty Law, Hall of Fame cornerback. Speaking of guys making their teammates better, he helped Brady early on in his career by picking off Peyton Manning and just being a beastly defensive back. DeAndre Swift, a fantastic season running the ball this last year. Ricky Williams, more than 10,000 yards in his career. Montana, 4-time Super Bowl champion. Another Super Bowl champ, Hines Ward, also a Super Bowl MVP. We got Jay Jetta's Justin Jefferson, number 1 all-time receiving yards per game. And then we have the defensive GOAT, Lawrence Taylor. So a lot of goodies in the jerseys as well, guys. Let me know what you want to rock and roll with. It is 1:48. The breaks are pretty open. We have 6 to go in that black and blue double. 6 to go in the minis. We are doing Mark Taylor's headliner package. Mark, would you like that opened? He did say Drew Bledsoe's his comments. I don't know what he's referencing, but we are.
Bledsoe or it's Drew Brees on the helmet.
Yeah, I don't know. He wrote Bledsoe. We did pull a Bledsoe jersey last night. That was nice. So Mark, he says, yep, all right, let's do it. Let's open up Mark's headliner package. Then we'll do the wheel spin for the mini helmets, and then we'll see. If we got some movement, if we're close on breaks, we can keep going. Otherwise, we'll hop off and regroup for the 3 p.m. show. Up until about 1 o'clock, 1:10, orders pretty steady. The last 30 minutes or so, we have slowed down quite a bit, guys. You want to keep this show going? Get those orders going. I am going to eat a massive Italian Valentine's Day meal tonight. So if we skip the lunch break, I'm okay with it. But I'll eat if you guys don't want to order. We'll say that. Have some leftover baked potato, which I love.
Pete's Hot Bar is right down the street, man.
It is good. They do have some good stuff there.
The other day I spent $8. I had 2 chicken breasts and some roasted lamb and some mashed potatoes for $8.
Do you want to get his headliner package, Marky Mark? Yeah. Oh, number 1 overall quarterback since 1990 that had good careers. Yeah, he says Bledsoe, Peyton Manning, Carson Palmer, Eli Manning, Matthew Stafford, and Andrew Luck. Too early on Burrow and T. Law. is Mark's assessment. I pretty much agree with that. Although I would say, careers are long, more than just a couple seasons. But I'm willing to put Burrow in that good category for sure. Because he's well on his way. Only question mark with him is injuries. Because that's been the one bugaboo for Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Getting injuries.
They got to get an offensive line that can protect him.
Yeah. That would be big. So if you could just put his headliner package in here. The order number and stuff. Because I'll write it up.
Yeah.
And then Brett Middleton's. We are sending that to his house already. I don't know if they sent it out today, but we'll make sure it gets sent out. And William, this was not open live last night. So William McPherson, if you're out there, we can do your pylon dive rep. So Mark Taylor, you got 1 mini, 1 jersey, 1 rep, 1 authentic in your headliner package. We will start with the mini helmets. Ooh, we're talking about best tight ends in the league. And one guy I left off, and don't leave this guy off ever, is TJ Hawkinson. Beautiful camo mini for the Minnesota Vikings. One of the best tight ends in the game. Very, very fresh looking mini helmet there on TJ Hawkinson. Had 960 receiving yards this last season for the Minnesota Vikings. 2-time Pro Bowler. Very, very solid tight end, TJ Hawkinson. So good start for Christopher Taylor on his headliner package. Remind me your squad. I know it's Christopher / Mark. I know it's Mark in YouTube, but it's actually Christopher on the order sheet.
Yeah.
Remind me your squad, man. What squad do you rep? I try to memorize all these guys, but sometimes it gets a little bit hard, Brandon. There's so many customers we get. TJ Hawkinson. Have you heard about the curse I put on the Colts? Have I told you that story?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a big Peyton Manning guy. Obviously, Mahomes I love, but Peyton Manning was my first true quarterback love. And when they got rid of Peyton Manning after that shoulder injury, I said that he's going to win at least one more Super Bowl, and the Colts will never win a Super Bowl. So that's the curse I put on the Colts. Andrew Luck was obviously a can't-miss talent, but we're looking at Manning, who was one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks ever. I felt like he was that franchise. I felt like they should have given him a chance personally. So I was upset at the time, so I put a curse on the Colts. They'll never win a Super Bowl, Brandon. The common Colts curse.
I mean,
it's worked so far.
It has worked. I mean, you did cause, Andrew Luck to get a broken neck, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry.
I mean, that's kind of rude.
Sorry. One of my favorite guys to pull, so I can say this, Christopher Taylor, you've been mooned! Moon job, baby! It's Warren Moon. One of the best quarterbacks of all time, Hall of Fame 06. This guy was great in Canada, the Edmonton Eskimos. He was great with the Vikings, the Oilers, the Chiefs, the Seahawks. I say this stat recently, if you add up his CFL yards and his NFL yards, there's only 4 guys ever with more pass yards. That is Brady, Breeze, Manning, and Favre. That's the list. That's pretty good. 5-time Grey Cup champion in Canada. African-American quarterback, the first guy inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That is why he did not get drafted. He was black back then. If you were black, you were thought to be dumb. You wouldn't be a good quarterback. This guy helped pave the way for so many of these excellent African-American quarterbacks. The great Warren Moon with the Hall of Fame 06 inscription.
Warren Moon and Randall Cunningham, 2 of the best to ever do it.
Back-to-back jerseys for those 2.
Yep.
Chief says Mark Taylor, my 7-year-old, walks around saying he's a Mahomie. There we go. That's awesome. Keep these Chief guys coming, Brandon, right?
I can't.
Christopher Taylor. He's in a good mood this week, then. He's in a very, very good mood. I'm guessing he's not at the parade. Not sure where he's located. But I think that's happening or happened. It might be over by now. But Chiefs celebrating that Super Bowl championship today. Christopher Taylor celebrating with a headliner package, which is always good.
There you go.
Good job, Chris.
Moon.
Yeah, Warren Moon.
He was very, very, very good. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
That was Warren Moon.
It was one of those, there's a Twitter account that I love, Brandon. You would probably appreciate it. It's one of those account like where they tweet out videos of old school athletes, and they say kids today won't understand. There's a video of him throwing passes, dimes, back in the day that a lot of people won't understand.
Yeah.
And Warren Moon.
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
I believe it.
Mardi Gras laying down in Coastal, Alabama. Ooh, at least you get to eat, Christopher Taylor. You eat all that barbecue today to celebrate Mardi Gras. Apparently yesterday was a Fat Tuesday for Polish people.
And today is it's a
was it today?
It's a religious holiday. Fat Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Because it isn't
today's
Ash Wednesday.
Ash
Wednesday is today.
And
are you Catholic?
So my mom is.
Okay.
And I am.
Are you giving something up?
I'm not religious. Like,
okay.
I believe in God. I don't believe in religion.
Okay, that's fair.
So, yeah.
So you're not giving something up?
No.
Okay.
No. And here's same thing I told my mom, same thing I told my mother-in-law, who went and got her ashes today, who said that she's eating shrimp today because she doesn't want to eat meat. I said, look, I'm a United States Marine. If I get to the pearly gates of heaven and God says you can't come through because you had a burger on a Wednesday, I'm gonna be upset.
That's fair. I just like to eat, so I don't do that either.
Yeah, if I don't. Anybody who's I don't have any problem with anybody who is religious at
I'm
all.
Bulgarian Orthodox, and part of the Orthodox, tradition on Christmas Eve is you don't eat meat.
Yeah.
Well, I break that tradition.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people do. It's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
My girlfriend was also curious why they made the parade today, because she was like, "It's Valentine's Day. It's Ash Wednesday. What are they doing?" And I was like, you know what? Let them have some fun. Let them have some fun today.
Well, when
they
you
got
win
enough
a Super Bowl, that stuff doesn't matter.
They got enough time for Valentine's Day the rest of the night. Full-size rep coming up.
Yes
Full-size
or no, is
rep.
Taylor Swift on one of the floats or buses?
I heard she's got a concert in Australia.
Oh.
So that's why she wouldn't attend. Also why she was mad. She's like, Taylor doesn't get to go. I was sorry.
Is Travis Kelce in Australia instead of us?
I think he's at the parade.
Oh.
One of the things, that angers me most, the current moment in the modern NFL, the thing that makes me the most upset, the biggest highway robbery I have seen in years.
Drew Brees not winning an MVP?
Even bigger than that, maybe. This last season, T.J. Watt not getting Defensive Player of the Year.
There you go.
Oh, my
There's
God. Full-size rep T.J. Watt. He had 5 more sacks than Myles Garrett, 26 more tackles than Myles Garrett, and he didn't get the Defensive Player of the Year. It makes no sense. This guy is an absolute beast. Only guy in the history of the league to lead the league in sacks 3 separate seasons.
Yeah.
Never been done till T.J. Watt. Most in a single season, tied that Strahan record. This is going to be probably when he's done, for sure top 10, if not top 5 defensive player of all time, T.J. Watt.
Stud.
Yeah, I know.
So all of the Watt brothers are studs.
Right?
But T.J. Watt, I think, is probably the most talented out of all of them, including J.J.
I think people always ask that question. It's like really tough to pick, but I would also lean TJ. I think JJ was a little bit more like in some ways athletic. He got more scoop and scores, like those passes he got. But I look at sheer dominance, who delivers better statistics. As good as JJ was, he was not getting as many sacks as TJ consistently.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of records. You talk about MVPs, how important is a guy to a team? Well, there's a stat. I think Pittsburgh is something like, don't quote me on this, but I think it's something like this: 1-11 in games without T.J. Watt since he entered the league. And with him, the record is really, really good.
I think if he plays that playoff game, he might have a different outcome this year.
It's possible. They kept it
just
tight. That is a banger of a rep, says Mark Taylor. Yes, sir. It's the best defensive player in the NFL, T.J. Watt.
Yeah. And for a defensive
very,
end
very
to be
cool.
able to change a record like that is
incredible.
Yeah.
It is absolutely incredible. Love this hit. Love me some T.J. Watt. So we'll get this one written up for Christopher Taylor. And he's got the authentic portion coming up with the headliner package. Put this on the desk for now. This is probably the 3rd or 4th best hit of the show. T.J. Watt. I think Breeze. I'll go Breeze, Tua, and then tough to pick between Welker and Watt because Welker's an authentic, Watt's a rep. But I gotta say he's on the desk for now for a Mount Rushmore of this show, right?
There you go. So you pull this one, and then you never know.
You never know. It could change. I know I might say tie goes to the breaks because it wasn't in a break, but if we pull out something so good in a headliner package, we would have to put it in the hit video.
That's true.
It is technically something we broke in the show. This is one of my favorite looking lids. One of the all-time great running backs. The 2000 NFL MVP. Put it there on the helmet. It is Marshall Faulk on the Ram Flash Authentic. So congrats, Christopher Taylor. You've got the Faulk Authentic, man. Very, very nice. I like that one. Marshall Faulk is one of 3 guys with 1,000 rush yards and 1,000 receiving yards in the same season. 3-time Offensive Player of the Year, Marshall Faulk. Talk about making your quarterback better. You know, he made that Greatest Show on Turf offense really diverse because he was a great runner and a great receiver. Beautiful hit there, Christopher Taylor. Love it. Love it. Nice package, says Daniel Kyler Mark. Huge package, Mark, says Ronnie. Ronnie's talking about different things, of course. And Christopher, sorry, because I know him. I've been with this guy forever. Ronnie and Sulaco is something else.
He got 2 TJs in that.
2 TJs?
Hawkinson.
Oh, TJ Hawkinson, TJ Watt. Yeah, attack of the TJs. So there we go. Good job, Christopher / Mark Taylor on the Marshall Faulk, TJ Watt. We had, what was TJ Hawkinson, what was the jersey?
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon. So
he got mooned.
He got mooned. He got mooned indeed. One of my favorite items to pull in the break room.
Yep.
So that's a pretty good headliner package. They're all really good. Obviously, it was not free in the sense that he did spend money to get there. But once you hit that signature club, you know, highest status, you did get this for free technically, Brandon.
Yeah.
Which is not bad at all. So we'll take a peek at the break page, see if we have some movement here.
We do not.
We do not have movement, unfortunately. Break page is pretty open. I'll give you a quick little rundown on the breaks. We'll do the wheel spin here for the mini helmets, and I'll give these guys until 2:10 p.m. If there's movement by 2:10, we'll keep going. Otherwise, we'll hop off at 2:10 and regroup for the 3 p.m. show. So again, quad box break, double box break, single box break in the vault. How many headliners left, Brandon?
All of them.
All of them, baby. The passing the torch jersey, Jim Kelly to Josh Allen. The Bo Jackson jersey. The Tua hanging headliner. We do have a Michael Irvin rep helmet, custom rep. The rest of these are all authentics. So no mini helmets on the photo headliners. There could be minis in the series. It is a mixer. Lately, the vault has been about 50 to 60% authentic helmets, give or take. Again, all the photo headliner helmets authentic, minus Michael Irvin. The most valuable helmet in the break room, probably the best helmet in the room right now, is that Tom Brady new Salute to Service. About $2,700 value. And you'll like this, Brandon. I think Mahomes is more talented. I think Mahomes can pass him up. But for now, at this current moment, the GOAT, Tom Brady. He's got the 7 rings right now. He's got all the stats, too, at the current moment. The football GOAT. Come and get Tom Brady, guys, in this vault. We got the diamond helmets. A lot of big names left. John Elway, Max Crosby, Bo Jackson. AFC West is hot. Donovan McNabb, Reggie Wayne, Julio Jones. Plenty of headliners in the maybe next year diamonds. Black and blue, 6 to go in that double box break. You can double up with the Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders in the NFC North, Tyreek Hill, Dan Marino in the AFC East. And we do have Brian Dawkins, Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders, NFC East hits. And we still got the CMC, the Brett Favre. A lot of great headliners left in the black and blue, all authentics. The 1 series with slight imperfections. 7 to go in the diamond single, 8 to go in the vault single, 8 to go in the black and blue single. Minis are 6 left. Bijan, Chris Carter, O.J. Simpson, Sam Laporta, Trayvon Diggs, and Terry Bradshaw still left in the minis. Jerseys, 5 to go. Only headliner gone is Randall Cunningham. The rest of the headliners still out there in the jersey series. So let's do this chase wheel spin. It was the mini helmets. I think we did 2 mini breaks, 16 names in here. Top name is taking home an Ultimate Autographs gift card for our mini helmets. this will be the last break of the show unless there is serious movement in the next few minutes. I think we got one order in the minis, but otherwise wide open at the moment. So that is 5 to go, our closest break at this exact moment. So let's get you guys queued up here. We got 10 clicks. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's Daniel Kyler. How about it? Daniel Kyler, didn't he snipe a George Kittle in here?
He did.
Got a George Kittle with one spot, and now he's getting a wheel spin back. Depending on what this lands on, we could technically be paying him to take the George Kittle. That's not bad, Daniel Kyler. Not bad, my friend. Let me know what number you want to start on Daniel. He's one of those break room regulars, always in the chat, and one of the guys that is a big fan of the wheel, because Robbie was spinning low, and he came up with the nickname Respin Robbie.
Right. You notice Robbie doesn't acknowledge any of those nicknames.
No.
So he only acknowledges the one he gave himself.
The headliner Robbie. I call him Lumberjack Robbie.
I call it Lumberjack Robbie.
Lumberjack Robbie.
The chat has actually dubbed him Butcher Robbie.
I don't like that one.
He doesn't like
We
that
won't
one.
get into that one. I don't call him that. Just Lumberjack Robbie. Let's meet in the middle.
I've always said that your nicknames have to be given to you.
Yes, agreed.
So
100%. Daniel wants to start on 93. All right, Daniel, 93. Let's spin that bad boy. Big money Kyler. Big money Kyler. Big money. $99. How about it, Daniel?
Times 2.5 to take that George.
Yes, $47 he put in. He walks away with the Kiddo Mini and $99. How about that, Daniel? I was like,
Wow.
Please get there, and it did. I was like, it has enough legs. It always gets close, though, because 99, 101, and 2, they are very different.
Robbie spun 100 on Saturday. You spun 99 today.
Apparently, Colin was spinning good the other
tend
day.
to spend 12, 15, 19.
Well, that's why you have your job
I'm
still.
the low spinner.
That's okay.
I'm the low spinner.
Everybody's got to be low. When we first started, we used to have a physical wheel, and Steven was always spinning the wheel. And there's a customer that Steven would always spin low for, and he hated Steven. And we thought at first he was joking, but I think it had got to be a real thing. I was like, leave poor Steven alone. He's like, 7 Steven, 6 Steven, 8 Steven. That's all he would spin. I was like, man. Daniel Cotto says, yes, sir. Thank you. You're welcome, Daniel. Let's talk hit of the show. I think for me, I'm going to go Breeze number 1. This is, one of the all-time great quarterbacks. It's got the gold ink on there, too. It's a sweet lid, Brandon. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to go Breeze number 1. I'd probably go Tua with the silver medal and Wes Welker with the bronze.
Yeah. Tua on the 305 authentic. The best lefty quarterback in the game right now. Led the NFL in pass yards. Tua. I think, for me, Breeze and Tua, 1-2 is the no-brainer. 3 and 4 is where it gets really, really close. Obviously, TJ Watt is a rep helmet. Authentics are worth a little bit more. I do like Watt better than Welker, but I'm going to agree just because we see TJ all the time. We don't see Wes Welker all that often in the break room. We'll go Wes Welker as the bronze medal. TJ Watt is the honorable mention, like he was for the Defensive Player of the Year award, which made no sense.
Yeah.
This honorable mention makes just a little bit more sense. But if I saw these guys equally enough, even on a rep, I would actually put TJ number 3 personally. But I got to mix it up because I see TJ Watt in our break room all the time. Wes Welker only once in a while.
Right.
So I'll get that Breeze, put this gold medal here in the front. It makes sense because it's a gold helmet with the gold ink, the great Drew Brees. So pretty good show as always, guys. There's never a bad show in the room. It's kind of like pizza. There's good, there's really good, there's great, there's amazing. UA delivers every show. Just a matter of what level pizza we're talking. Brandon.
It's true.
Are we talking
pizza's pizza?
Pizza's pizza. Breaks are breaks. Again, we're sleeping on that vault. I think we got to see a box or two before we get going there. But all the headliners in there are authentic except for the Michael Irvin, then the jerseys and photos. But the other helmets, all authentic, all out there in the vault. Counting the listing, it's a 20 and 35 chance at a headliner. Want to get into that vault series. The black and blue is 17 and 29. A lot of good odds there as well. Mini helmets, diamond helmets about 50%. Jerseys, only headliner gone is Randall Cunningham. There is plenty of good stuff for the 3 p.m. show. I want to thank you, Brandon, as always, for co-hosting, for producing, doing a great job with the orders in the chat. Thank you so much to the customers. You guys are the best in the business. Without you guys, this break room is not physically possible. Right back here in 50 minutes, 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m. Central Time, every single day, right here at Ultimate Autographs. See you guys soon.